From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Ewert is my hero.
Jay Buhner just punched me in the kidney.
We're going to accuse you of the interview.
Doesn't really work that way, Sherm. This is a show that has my name on it.
It kind of does, though.
Now, here are your hosts, Brock Ewert and Mike Salk.
All right, hello. Good morning, everybody. Hello. Good morning, everybody. Brock and Salk Show. Seattle Sports on 710, seattlesports.com, the Seattle Sports application. Of course, it's a formal Friday, Brock. You're dressed very formally.
Oh, you think so? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Polo shirt on.
97.3 HD2. And YouTube, of course, all places that you can find us and interact with us and watch us and listen to us. Good morning, sir.
Salk, you've got about a half dozen Larry Hills-isms in you. Let me give you a Molly Hewitt-ism.
Oh.
You want a Molly Hewitt-ism to start the morning?
I thought I was going to get a Larry Salk-ism.
Yeah, well, Larry Salk crushed it last night, yesterday. Just an absolute beast, a monster. A Molly Hewitt-ism this is from her design days.
Yeah.
You can have a beautiful, beautiful house. And you can buy a house with beautiful bones and beautiful views and beautiful layout. But if you don't design it and you don't furnish it, it's always a house and never a home. Mm-hmm. Today, as we're here at this amazing facility, and there's no players around, it's as if there's no furniture. It's as if the players make the difference and not just the bones of the building, right? It is pretty kind of remarkable and kind of almost like this beautiful little reminder, like, hey, it is about the players.
Yeah.
The players, stupid.
Yeah, and they're not here today. They'll be here later tonight. So we're just here kind of lonely, hanging out. We do have a ton of cool stuff, though, because we taped a lot of stuff over the last few days. So Julio at 6:30. If you missed him yesterday, he was awesome, just in a great space. So Julio at 6:30. Bryan Woo, we sat down with him at 7:30. That'll be at 7:30 for you. And then afterwards, as good as he was with us, he was even better with my buddy's kid. I asked him to just say hi to Jackson yesterday, who was 12. He spent it was to the point where it's like, Brian, you can go.
Yeah.
Like, this is enough. The kid's got it. It was awesome.
Yes.
Just what
I was so impressed. He took that so seriously. He asked him a bunch of questions.
Yes. It was really, really awesome. It was just incredible. Justin Hollander at 8:30, Kevin Seitzer at 9:30. I might even have an extra mystery guest today, so we'll see where it all goes. After we left here yesterday, Brock, I took my parents to Culver's.
Okay.
So after all of the talk, right, of the walleye sandwich, now if you know my dad at all, you know he does not eat fish. If you remember, he once refused to go to my friend's house.
What?
Out of the fear that they might serve salmon.
What?
Yeah.
He doesn't eat fish?
No. What? No, absolutely not.
And your whole family just prefers fish.
My mom does. I like
your
fish.
family. You're three of the
my
four.
Kids?
Yeah, when I asked you,
yeah,
hey.
Heather and Cecily definitely would prefer fish
Yes.
to most anything else. I like it.
Yeah.
But my dad, no chance. Won't eat it. Absolutely not. The moment you see, like, the F in fish, he's out.
Right.
Remember, he wouldn't go to Joel's house on the fear. Not even like Joel said, hey, I'm going to be serving salmon. It was, what if he serves salmon? I can't go. So that's kind of what you're dealing with. So for years, my dad had kind of refused Culver's because he had heard me say they've got this great walleye fish sandwich. Right. And I think he didn't even get to, like,
hear
the
it was
rest.
Skippers. You thought it was Skippers.
Yeah, I think that's what he thought.
Yeah.
Even though I said, oh, they got the butter burger and the chicken. This didn't even register. No. Once he heard the effing fish, he was out.
Yep.
So
Long John Silver's,
yes,
Ivers,
exactly.
Skippers,
Anthony's. Yeah. So I dragged him almost against his will over to Culver's yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And he was pleasantly surprised to see that they had other things on the menu. I was trying to think, Dad, the walleye's like a 3-month part of their menu. It's not a major thing. It's just something I like, but the place is great. So we go in, and my mom and I get the walleye, which was unbelievable as usual. You had the over-under on 2.5?
Third time?
Second.
Ah,
just two.
Second time.
As
okay.
I said. It would
and
be
you only
about
go
two.
single. You don't go the Divish double.
No, just one. Just one walleye fish sandwich.
Could you go
at a
one
time.
sandwich with a double fillet on it?
No, there's really no need.
Okay.
I feel pretty disgusting afterwards anyway. There's no need to double up on the amount of oil that's into that.
Well, it's a tempura fried. Let's be clear. It's real crispy.
You could feel that oil after. No, but we do the cheese curds because those are really good. Anyway, so my mom and I got that. My mom loved it. Huge fan.
Nice.
She's like, I totally get why you've been talking about this. Is great. My dad gets the chicken fingers. Doesn't like fish. Didn't feel like a burger.
There's a little Bob Stelton to Larry Salk. Just as
some ways.
in particular ways.
Oh, on that, yeah.
Yes.
So,
and fish.
So he gets the chicken fingers. I'm like, well, we'll see where this goes.
Are you 12?
Halfway through the lunch, my dad looks at me and goes, "These are the best chicken fingers I've ever had." I mean, like ever. Like they're breaded perfectly. He's going deep into how great the chicken fingers are. And the fries are amazing. This place is unbelievable. I was like, yeah, I told you. He's like, well, but you said it was just a fish restaurant. I'm like, the hell I did. I did not say that. But this place is great. Where are they near us? I'm like, Dad, it's one exit away from your house. It's on Hayden. Like, well, we're going to have to go. I got to try the burger. Is the burger good? Like, yeah, the burger's great. That's what they're known for. I thought you said they were known for fish. Like, no, I like it. It is just unbelievable.
Boy.
So I did compile just a couple of things I heard over the weekend or during the week that my dad says are the best.
Okay.
Because I know he can be a little grumpy at times. But the chicken at Culver's, best
fingers?
he's ever had.
Okay.
Best he's ever had in terms of chicken fingers.
Feels like a reach.
That's what
Feels
I
like
said.
he was on a euphoria after his performance as a 5th grader, but that's fine. Yeah.
His television, he's got a frame TV, so it like turns into a I have one also. It turns like into a piece of art. It's the best.
It's the best.
It's the best. I don't know why everybody doesn't have one. It's the best. So that was also the best. And then really the kicker, and this one surprised me yesterday, his tongs. His cooking tongs are the best kitchen utensil ever. And he was I used them yesterday to flip a piece of pizza on the pan. Aren't those the best? I mean, they're tongs. I don't know. What do you mean? Are they the best?
I think that is the next Progressive insurance material. I think you do start to find that with those of that age and ilk. You know, there's just a very quick label as the best
or the worst.
Yes.
I don't know how anybody could use these. They don't even make any sense.
Well,
so there you go.
So has this been the best week of our 17 years in Peoria? Weather, players, accommodations, deepening kind of relationship with these guys to take conversations to deeper levels. So could you say clearly that this has been the best week of our nearly 2 decades down here? This is a tough week to beat, man. The weather has never been this good. Ever.
True.
Every single day has been 80 plus.
It's been pretty amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
The players have been totally accommodating. Even I told you, right? I saw Colt Emerson. Maybe you had left. I went over to the cage, and Colt was over there before the game, and he was like, I am so sorry, man. I totally lost track of time. I committed to you guys. I feel really bad about that. Are you here tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, but you're not. You got a night game. He's like, no, I'll be there by noon. I'm like, yeah,
noon?
No. We will definitely be done by then.
Yeah.
But the afternoon guys will love to have you the following week.
Weeks,
yeah. I don't know, man. It just feels as good as it's ever felt. Obviously, the expectations. There's not this can happen, but, and this can happen, but, and this can happen, but.
I'm going to not be prisoner of the moment because we've had great weeks down here.
We have.
And there have been a lot of times where the vibes have been very high and things have felt great. So I don't want to just be prisoner of the moment and say, this has been the best week we've ever had here.
But these are the best tongs.
But I would say, that's really funny. And there's some funny text about my dad. I would say, and this is in my kind of takeaways for 7, the word that I think that has stood out more than any other word here is complete. I don't know that we've ever seen a more complete Mariner team. I wasn't here in 2001, 2002. I wasn't here in 95, 6, 7, 8. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But in my 17 years in Seattle, we've seen good Mariner teams. We've seen, hey, if it goes this way, you could have this, that, and the other. We've seen, like, yikes, what are they going to even put out there?
Yep.
I don't think we've ever seen a team more complete. There are just each thing you tend to look at, right? Like each section, almost like a position group in football.
Personnel group.
You're like, all right, well, how's the starting pitching? Well, it's one of the best in the league. All right, well, how's the bullpen? Well, it's one of the better ones in the league. All right, well, how is the infield? Like, well, all right, there's some questions here and there, but there's also answers, so it's pretty damn good, especially now with Donovan and Naylor on the corners. Well, how is the outfield? Well, Julio's one of the best. They're like, how's the depth of the lineup? How are the superstars? Where's Cal like?
How's the young wave of talent? How are the possible replacements that you're going to have over the course of the season?
I don't know. I mean, don't screw this thing up. Like, honestly, it almost puts a little bit of pressure on Dan Wilson because you just look at the roster and you're like, man, it's really good everywhere.
Yeah, and stay healthy over the next 3 weeks of the WBC. That's a really, really big deal. That will be one of my takeaways, is positive and glowing as everything's been. I'll give you a couple little things that just kind of gnaw on me a little bit. And it's funny you say that about Dan. I was out there watching BP yesterday, and he walked by, and I was like, as I normally do, gosh, you look. He does. He looks down and leaner, and he's like, stress. I'm like, stress? He's like, wow, real stress will be coming.
Right, the season.
Of the upcoming season. I said, you're not stressed, but there is, and he knows it. He's got a championship team, and he's got to guide it, and he's got to keep it between the lanes, and then really for the next 3 weeks with this WBC, please, Mooney in particular, please stay healthy.
Very healthy. All right, some texts here.
Before the sun comes up and you can read it, that's great.
I know, yeah, this is when I have to get to these texts. Just watch Larry Salk, best interview of the week. Well, don't say that. That's just
Justin made a YouTube of just him.
I think he just sent it to my dad.
Oh.
When I got home yesterday, my parents are listening to it again. I was like, "Oh, are you doing a little like film breakdown?" Like, no, it was perfect. Oh my god, that's what we're dealing with. And then finally, 509 Salk. If you go out to eat with your parents, at what age do you stop hoping they'll pay for it? I'm 27. I would say you never stop hoping, right?
Yes.
Is there ever a point in which you stop hoping they'll pay for it?
Isn't that the Journey song? Don't Stop Believing? Isn't what that was written about?
You're always hoping. There does come a time at which you jump in and split it or something along those lines.
Yep.
All right, let's come back here with everything you need to know, Brock. I actually have some pretty cool news and some great highlights. We'll do that, and then some Julio and some Bryan Woo and some Justin Hollander and some Kevin Seitzer. Final day here. Final day at spring training for us. It's Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports on 710.
ESPN senior baseball writer Buster Olney with Bump and Stacy.
Can you remember a season with this high of expectations for the Mariners?
No, nothing like this. Starting the season, a World Series appearance seems totally reasonable. If you pick any other team than the Dodgers to win, given their strength, you're kind of inventing a reason. But I'm picking the Mariners. I've got them on the record. I just don't want to be like everybody else and pick the Dodgers.
The full interviews on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
Trust is everything. Earning it takes years. Losing it takes 5 seconds.
Lee Johnson Auto Family.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for honest pricing, expert service, and guaranteed repairs. This dedication has earned them a Carfax Preferred designation. At Bucky's, every customer gets detailed Carfax updates, timely service reminders, and a full service history, all at your fingertips. With 16 family-owned locations, no appointment needed, and easy financing, Bucky's makes auto care simple. Visit Bucky's.com today and drive with confidence. Bucky's.com. It's home show season. To celebrate, Lake Washington Windows and Doors is giving you 20% off and a lifetime installation warranty, plus 12 months to pay with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest financing. See us at the home shows or visit lakewashingtonwindows.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice.
DayandNight.net.
Save $1,700 when you have Day and Night match your current furnace with a qualifying AC or heat pump.
Your furnace is lonely all by itself, but it doesn't have to be. With our Matchmaker Special, we'll match your furnace with a perfect air conditioner or heat pump to keep your furnace company and your home comfy all year round.
Match your furnace to a qualifying cooling system and save $1,700.
Dayandnight.net.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with their award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
So, what are you reading?
I'm checking out the ratings on the new TVs, and it looks like Samsung, LG, and Sony got the best scores.
Just like last year. What about those new high dynamic range TVs?
They got the highest scores of all, but their prices are really high.
Did you check online?
Yeah, their prices were about the same.
Well, there's one place where we can get a hot deal on those top-rated models.
Where?
At Video Only. Check out the ratings on TV stores.
I see. Video Only scored better than the others.
So, if you want the best deal on the best TVs,
then we should take our TV ratings and head over to top-rated Video Only.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
This hour is brought to you by Goldberg and Jones.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Presented by Marquee Data. Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Yeah, been a heck of a week for us, Brock, and the Mariners continuing to do their thing. They go out yesterday, take on the Guardians, and a lot of runs scored in these games. I think the Heat down here is having its way with the pitchers. But M's win 8-7 yesterday. It got going early. Cal, Julio, and then Randy all hitting consecutive doubles in the first inning. Here was, well, we're going to have the Julio interview in a few minutes. Here was Julio in cut one right off the bat.
Next pitch. Julio with a swing and a ground ball over the bag at third, a fair ball down the left field line. Cal rounding third, being waved in. He will score. Julio will coast to his second base with a stand-up RBI double. And the Mariners have a 1-0 lead right away here in the bottom of the first inning. Back-to-back doubles by Cal Raleigh and Julio Rodriguez.
I don't know if it means much, but Julio's hitting .625 with 3 doubles in 4 games. So
well, I think the folks in the Dominican are kind of getting excited.
Yeah,
about that. Like, hey, why don't you stay hot for the next 2 or 3 weeks, just like this?
Colt Emerson tripled to center. That was pretty cool. His first extra base hit of the spring.
You see him running?
Yeah.
See the video of it?
It was pretty
good.
It,
like over 27 feet, or however they measure it. Like he was sliding.
right? Kind of a smooth.
You know what he was? He was an all-state Ohio wide receiver.
Yeah.
And that kind of showed up running the paces, like running a post corner route, man. He was humming.
So all that is great, but to me, the big story yesterday is Bryce Miller is throwing hard.
Yeah.
Right? He told us yesterday that last year he was looking up at the board like 94.
91.
All right, I gotta warm this thing up. Well, yesterday it was 98 right off the bat. Yeah, Bryce told us that he is feeling really good. Cut 5.
Yeah, I feel 100%. I mean, I didn't have a single issue all off season.
Awesome.
So far, spring training. I mean, I think shoulder, elbow. I mean, it hasn't felt this good since probably 2022. So, I think that was another reason I wanted to put more weight on. I think it'll help. I think throughout the year, whenever I lose weight, like it just kind of you have less strength to kind of slow the arm down, and so it's taken more. I don't know, more stress on the elbow, and so yeah, I don't know. I'm really happy with where we're at.
Really happy and good start.
You want to talk over him a little more? You got more to say in there?
It's just there's a pacing element. So if you don't say anything, it's paced real slow. Right, so we just feel just kind of moving along.
All right, just check it in.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
All right, so a lot of these grades came out yesterday. They weren't supposed to, but they got leaked as opposed to...
leaked the news.
Everybody, I'm going to guess, leaked the news. Is it Kaylin Collar who got a hold of it, and she's kind of on fire recently. Anyway, Seahawks did great in every area except home game field, and I believe that's the actual turf.
That's the actual turf.
It's not like the stadium or anything like that.
No.
It's just what's literally the field. Everything else they got.
Hey, guess what, players? You don't want grass down by Puget Sound, I don't think, over the course of a football season.
Yeah. But A's, A-, I mean, everything. A-pluses even, the coaching staff, the GM, the ownership, the training staff. I mean, they just one after another, just really.
So even with that F, they still finished, what, third or fourth overall?
Yeah, pretty good organization, man. You can really see it and feel it. And now that they've won a Super Bowl, John Schneider telling Wyman and Bob yesterday, it kind of helps them get even better here in Cut 6.
It's enormous because it's being able to back up what we've been preaching for years, and that's like the people in the building and be able to support the players, you know, like Mo Kelly and Soup and everybody, you know, Connie, the wife and the families and everything. Like, how are we going to be able to help you? We're going to be able to help you. Like,
whatever you need.
Yeah.
Like yesterday here, Salk, when I came back from the game, you know what was going on here? Right here where we're sitting, right here, there was a inflatable little pool.
Oh.
And there must have been 25 wives celebrating the birthday of Luke Rayleigh's son. 50 kids running around here.
Really?
Oh, my gosh. It was
Also his daughter.
Yes. And do you think, whose daughter was it?
I think it was daughter, not son.
Oh, I'm sorry. And in my backpack, I had to come back to grab my backpack. And guess where my backpack was? Right next to the nursing mother.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, right next to her backpack and her, like, nursing station. And I was like,
Excuse me? Can I...
I'm really sorry. Can you just hand me that backpack, please? But there is a familial element here. Like, honestly, it was cool. There were balloons. It was amazing. It was like Chuck E. Cheese right back here.
That's really cool. That's really cool to hear.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
The Kraken got blown out again, 5-1.
Re-engagement, not good.
No.
Re-engage.
Well, and, you know, they scratched my guy, Jacob Alonso. So, whatever. Sure, you didn't want those 7 checks. You can just leave those alone. Nobody wanted the 7 hits.
You kind of
anyway.
understand Dallas. Dallas, one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah.
The Blues, you beat at home. The Blues, and it wasn't very competitive.
That was just a bad game.
We got any Lane Lambert?
I'm not playing anymore.
Also, Ty Cartier on waivers?
Yeah, well, sent down, basically. So they put him on waivers to send him to Coachella. So I don't think it means he's out of here, but he's not going to be up with the big club for a while. Here's some cool news, though. Torrent play tonight at home. First game back from...
Sold out?
Yeah.
Wow.
And in fact, they started opening up additional sections.
Oh.
And sold those out.
Oh.
So, yeah, I don't get to go, obviously, but Cecily's team is going, Heather's going, Avery's going, some friends of Avery. They're using the seats, and, yeah, I think it's going to be quite the
Are they
quite
the league
thing.
leaders? Are they, like, one of...
In attendance?
No. On the ice.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, well. Oh, okay. Jeez.
They're like...
Middle of the pack?
Middle to bottom.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they haven't played as well as, expansion team. But I think they're leaders in attendance. That's my guess.
Did Lane drop any apparentlys yesterday?
I don't know. I haven't heard any yet. You know what?
Apparently, we've not engaged well.
Apparently,
we've sucked since coming back from the Olympics.
That's everything you need to know. Apparently, Julio is in a very chill.
And apparently,
headspace.
Justin's putting look at his little tools he's got over there.
Oh, what do we got?
Oh, he's got a drone over there.
Oh, we're going drone show.
So right now he's texting the FAA to make sure that he can fly that drone above the Mariners.
Just make sure you get the right group. Like, don't text the FDIC or anybody like that.
Make sure
they won't
you don't
be able
get
to
us
help you.
arrested with
not the DEA.
Yes. Okay.
No info. We'll be right back with Julio on Brock and Salk.
The first week of Seattle sports at Mariners spring training?
Man, best week of our year.
Brendan said it yesterday. We're not afraid to say World Series.
Brock and Salk definitely caught the vibe.
Julio Rodriguez, who sits down with us right now.
Being able to be so close to something so special really made this team hungry.
Cal Raleigh.
This isn't a fun, cute story anymore. This is who we want to be.
Beginning Monday, March 9th, Wyman and Bob are in Peoria.
I cannot wait to get down there.
Every exclusive interview from Mariners spring training is on the Seattle Sports YouTube page.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Empower. Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Bang! Sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at Empower.com.
Your new home is now ready. D.R. Horton, America's builder, has new homes that are ready today. With new construction communities throughout the Puget Sound and Central Washington areas and more coming, D.R. Horton has the right home for you. At D.R. Horton, we're still building with more construction, more communities, and more homes available every day. Find your new home, now ready at drhorton.com. That's drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Compassion, communication, results. That's Pendergast Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Go to pendergastlaw.com. That's pendergastlaw.com.
This month, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Benjamin Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G service. What's up with that? Ben Franklin wasn't even a president. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be in business with an American wireless company that supports our vets in a big way and keeps all their customer service in this country. That's important. And you'll be on the same towers the big carriers use, so you'll get the same 5G service without the inflated price. So hang on to your Benjamins and switch to Pure Talk for a Jackson and a Lincoln. No contract, no hidden fees. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll get 50% off your first month when you switch. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, for an American wireless company that is truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
So, how's your research going?
Surprising! After I figured out the top-rated TVs in our price range, I went shopping for deals.
And who's the best?
It wasn't the internet, and it wasn't the warehouse club.
But?
It was video only. They had better deals on the Samsung, LG, and the Sony TVs that got the highest scores.
Better than online and at the club?
I know! Video only beat them all. And now we can afford an even better model for the same price. My research really paid off.
If we buy it video only.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll be sorry.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
Brock and Salk's Rewind is presented by Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Well, there's a lot of reasons we come down to spring training every year, Brock, and the sun and the beauty and the warmth, and did I mention the sun? And then, getting to be around baseball. But one of my favorite reasons for coming down is because it's our annual chat with Julio Rodriguez, who sits down with us right now.
Yeah, thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning, to you guys. Feeling really good. Definitely the sun is nice in AC, the weather, and everything. So I'm glad you guys come too.
What's it like to be Julio these days?
Very chill. Very chill. Focused and ready to play baseball. I don't know, just kind of another year in spring training with a really good team of baseball.
But now it's 25-year-old Julio.
I know.
And now you have 18 and 19 and 20-year-old young players here. You used to be that guy.
Yeah, 100%.
And now you're the 25-year-old Julio.
I know.
So you look at these youngsters and think what?
Honestly, what I try to do with them is kind of preparing them for what's ahead. I feel like I'm very close in age, but I feel like I have a little bit of a different experience, especially right now. So I just try to help them out and making sure they feel comfortable around the team, and for whatever reason that whenever they're ready to come and join us up in the club, they're ready and know what to expect a little bit.
Mm-hmm. How is 25-year-old Julio different from 20-year-old Julio?
I feel like I didn't know a lot of things back then, and rightfully so. But even playing the big leagues, I got called up at 21. So just a lot of things about baseball, about myself, in general. I feel like there are just so many new things that I get to do right now, and I'm happy for all the things.
Is it hard not to get jaded? I mean, you've been in the public eye since you were 20, 21 years old. Is it hard to – I just think of the optimistic, happy, just effervescent Julio that we would always see. And then, not that you're not that way now. I'm not around you every day. But I would think, for me anyway, it would be hard to keep up that level of excitement and energy. And, oh, my God, everything is so new and cool.
I feel like for me, though, I'm usually somebody very even keel. Obviously, when I play baseball, I just feel like I really enjoy the game of baseball, and I enjoy competing every time I step on the field. But I feel like I'm a little bit of a balance. My true self is a little bit of a balance. I get to be chill. Let's say when I'm at home, I like slow mornings and things like that. But once I step on the field, it's things are exciting. I get to compete. I get to do something with this very special group of guys. I played the game that I love since I was a kid, so I feel like I try to keep that the same, but, I would say it's like a little bit of a balance for me.
Julio, can we go in the not way back machine, but just look back last year before we move ahead to this year and everything else? Take me back to the All-Star break last year and the decision that you had made at that time. Can you give us a little insight now into what went into that?
For me, I just felt like, I had a lot of things going on kind of off the field, felt like to me. And, like, obviously, like, there was, like, a lot of things going on the field because I feel like one thing, both goes hand to hand. But I just feel like I just took the time to kind of slow it down for myself, to kind of, like, see a lot of different situations that I had going on, to be able to, like, bring my best self on the field. And also, like, off the field, too. And I feel like that's kind of what I did. Just kind of took a little bit of a break. It's cool. It would have been cool, to be in the All-Star game and, like, being around all the stars and all that. But I feel like I needed some time for me and to be able to, like I said, to slow it down and just kind of, like, being able to bring my best self out. And I feel like that's what I did.
More of a mental break than a physical break?
Yeah, I should say. I feel like I always prepare myself, like, physically. But I feel like, this game tests you in a lot of different ways. And, when you have to handle that and, like, a lot of things off the field, I just feel like I needed some time. I needed some time for myself. And I just feel like, I owe it to myself, I owe it to my teammates and, like, all those things. And I feel like that's why I was able to bring a better self of me.
Julio, do you have a good support network of people to talk to about that stuff?
Yeah, I should say yeah. I talk to my family a lot, and especially in those times, I get to talk to them, and they really help me out to kind of, like, ground myself and, like, kind of work through situations. And also, like, my team, too.
There were, if we're going in the Wayback Machine, well, not that far back, but back to last year, just a little bit later than the All-Star break was your trip to Atlanta. And things didn't look great for the team in that moment, right? You'd been swept, I think, in Tampa right beforehand. Yeah. And there may have been some people around town that were concerned that, oh, my God, maybe this isn't going to work again this year. And then all of a sudden, something seemed to click in that moment. What was it?
For me, I would just, like, being myself a little bit more, being myself. Like I said, there's a lot of expectations around me and things like that. And, like, to be honest, like, I let go of all that. Like, I'm going to be myself regardless of what people might not want to think about me, because at the end of the day, that's people's opinion. I can't control that. And that's something that really, like, came to me, like, last year. I feel like, since I got to the big leagues, there was, like, a lot of, like, expectations, the way that I should be, or things like that. And, like, as a 21-year-old, you don't know a lot of things. And once they keep going on and on and on, like, you reach a point, it's like 24-year-old, be like, okay, like, now let me make this stop, and, like, let's see, like, who I really am as a person, and, like, what I really want to bring to the field, and, like, who was actually that kid that came to the minors, that loved the game of baseball, and, like, all those things. And I feel like that's what really went on, like, around that time. And, at that point, I just felt like things were clicking for me mentally, and, like, my swing felt good, like, my body felt free, and I feel like that's what you guys started to see, like, after that.
How about for the team in general around then?
And the team in general, I feel like, we were just going through a rough batch, like, we were going through a rough batch, and, like, we needed to get out of it if we really wanted to get to where we wanted to get. I feel like, every single team experienced that at some point in the season. Doesn't matter if you're the best team in the league or the worst team in the league, you're always going to, like, have those really rough batches that, you have to get out of it as a team. It's a test I feel like we had as a team, but I feel like after that we were able to break through and then play like the team that we truly are.
Julio, we've been doing this enough years now that we can have just a back and forth, because what I hear you say, and you could say, no, that's actually not it at all, but what I hear you kind of say there is enough with the people pleasing.
Yeah.
Enough with trying to please all the people, because I can't, and let me focus on my game, who I am, who we are. How do you – is there anything other than life experience that teaches you that it can't be about pleasing people? Or what would be your encouragement to a young athlete?
I just feel like it's a life experience, and, like, time and time again, like, you just kind of, like, start noticing and seeing it. And, like, once you start noticing and being aware of it, like, there is no way you can't change it. You are going to change it once you start, like, seeing it. And, like, I feel like that's what really went on for me. I really started learning how to, like, actually say no. Like, I actually say no and, like, go about my business and, like, do what I need to do. Because at the end of the day, like I said, like, everybody wants something at some point. Everybody wants something, and you just can't please everybody.
Nope. I don't know that the average person listening truly understands what that means. Everybody wants something from you. Take me back a year or so before you kind of were, as you said, kind of feeling a little bit better about saying no. How many requests to do things do you get? What types of things in an average day would people ask you to do?
Do a radio show at 7:15.
I know, yeah, that's obnoxious. We know that's obnoxious.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's honestly like a lot of different things, on and off the field. There's always a lot of different things that I have to say no, and like make sure I don't really lose focus on what I want to do. I just want to, like, my main goal is just like to be able to play baseball and win with this team. Like, that's like crystal clear for me, and there's a lot of things I lined up or not lined up with. I feel like they bring me always a lot of things to the table, and there are some things that they don't even consider. But there is a lot of demanding. But like I said, I learned how to really be comfortable just like doing what I truly want to do. And I feel like that's like something that I really had to learn last year.
Did any of those requests and people looking for your time, did any of it ease up with the emergence of Cal and the whole 60 home run deal last year rather? Everywhere he went, everyone was looking for something from him in every visiting city. Did that help a little bit with that?
I should say yeah. I feel like, being honest, I feel like Cal having a really big year definitely like kind of took a little bit off from that. I feel like he also like is starting to learn how to manage that and like how to like be comfortable with all that, because it's a lot. That's something that people don't realize. And it's not like you don't want to be nice to people and like talk to them or like understand that, man, like there's a really young fan, let's say, that love me and love the way I play and is inspired by me. It's not really about not doing that. It's like we actually have something to do that is a little bit more important. That it takes a little bit more commitment, takes a little bit more of my focus and my time, and that's really what I really need to do. I get that might be people that I will come across as like, man, like he's ignoring me, or like he's really like not want to like give me his attention, but it's like I really want to lock in to hit this 95 mile per hour, 100 mile per hour guy, and you have to do it for 700 at bats, a year.
That's pretty easy, right? The pitchers are all, man, just throwing slop over the plate.
Super easy.
Yes. If there were words to be put to your guttural yell at the end of the ALCS playoff loss, if I could put words to what came out of you in that clubhouse.
On a family radio show.
Well, we're taping. We can bleep them.
I guess we can bleep them out later if we have to.
But if there is now words that you would put to what came out of you in that moment, what would those words be?
I mean, there was definitely a few of them. Like, there was a lot of rage, frustration. Definitely, like, I feel like we all wanted to win. We all wanted to win. We all felt like we had enough to win. But yeah, there was a lot of rage and frustration. But after that, there was a lot of release, and then I started thinking about the positive things that happened in the year, and a lot of things that we can build on, like as a really young and good group of baseball players that we have here in the team. So I just feel like I needed to have that moment to be able to actually see the clear picture of it.
Had you ever done that before at any stage of your career as a young player?
Yeah, maybe sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just gotta let it go. You can't be holding so much inside.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what I truly believe.
How many days and weeks afterwards before? Not that rage in that moment. I totally get that. I almost ripped a sink out of a gym in high school. I just was red and yeah.
Humble brag.
Well, I said I almost did. Okay, I couldn't get it out of the wall.
I'm not strong enough.
Yeah. How long did that loss, did those moments, did that game, did that linger for a day, a week, a month? Does it still sit in the back of your head when you get into the cage, or you prepare, or any of that?
I just feel like it was different. Like, it wasn't like, I didn't have the rage, but it was kind of like a dull moment. Like, there was not like a whole lot of emotion like surrounding that, but there was like kind of like contemplation of it, and like now, like I definitely like know that it happened, but I'm not really like holding that really like on me. I feel like I just want to like get to the field, like be able to reset this year, and just go out there and like see what we can do as a team now. Because like, at the end of the day, you know, whatever happened.
Yep.
You know, we ended up losing in the Game 7. Like, that's just what it was. You know, I can't really like keep holding on to it.
You told us last year, talking to Julio Rodriguez, of course, you told us last year, nobody else may see it, but I see it. I like the guys that we have. I remember you saying it vividly. I like our team. We've got enough guys here. And I don't think everyone necessarily agreed at the time. I know I was skeptical. And then turned out you were absolutely right. You have the guys. You get, as far as you guys did, you add Josh Naylor. You bring Gino back, some emergence of some guys. Do you feel even better about this year's roster?
100%. 100%. Because I feel like, you know, being able to be so close as a group, you know, there is pretty much everybody here was on the team except for maybe like Donovan and like maybe a few other guys. But like we have like a really good group, like young guys, like and hungry guys, I feel like. Because once you get a taste of like that, what an actual playoff is, and you experience that as a team, I feel like you just get addicted to it. Like, that's like the best baseball that you can play. And like once you actually put stats and numbers and years aside and you just play baseball, like really like the pure game of baseball as a team, like that gets addicting, at least for me, you know. And like being able to be so close to something so special as a group, I think it really made this team hungrier.
Does connection matter in baseball?
100%.
The fact that you and Logan and Cal and you guys have all kind of grown, been through these mountains and valleys together. How does that, when you say 100% it matters, how so?
I just feel like it brings you closer, you know. It brings you closer, and you get to know the guy that is right beside you for who he is. And like once you, let's say, if Logan is on the mound, I know he cares about it. You know, if Bryan Woo is on the mound, I know he cares about it. So I want to do whatever's in my power to, like, let's say he gives up a line drive in the gap. I want to do whatever I can to cut that off. If I can hold a runner for him so he can get a good pitch for like a double play, I'm gonna go out there and do that because I know they care. If they see me out there in the outfield, they know who I am too. So it's like that, you know. We all see each other working when we're inside. So it really means a lot to be able to know who the guy next to you is.
Well, you say the guy next to you. Often the guy next to you, at least in the outfield, is Randy. I don't feel like we have gotten to know Randy as well, which is too bad because I'm fascinated by him. Everything he does I find amazing and interesting and sometimes bizarre. I love that he will not come anywhere near you on any fly ball in left center. He's just like, yeah, nope, that's Julio. I'm not getting anywhere near that guy. Like, but he can go take it. Tell me about Randy just for a moment so that, I got to understand him a little better.
I mean, Randy's an interesting guy. You know, like he is who he is. And I feel like that's something that even rub off on me a little bit, you know, that he's just going to be who he is, like on and off the field. And, like, the way that he plays a game of baseball is how he really learned how to play it, like, way back when he was in Cuba. So, I mean, like I said, like, he's just a fun guy to be around, like, a really fun teammate. And he just go about his business in the way that he is. And I feel like that's what I love the most about him. Like, you're going to know who he is as soon as he walks in the door. And, like, I feel like he's definitely stay true to his identity.
I love when ball players get a smile and talking like, "Oh, Randy, wow." Well, off the air, I got stories for you. I kind of get that idea.
He has a lot of them, so it's just fun, you know. He's just funny. He's a funny dude, man.
You know what I'm feeling? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say off the field. You mentioned that you had a lot going on, but big thing you did in the off season was renovating the fields in your hometown. Can you tell us how the project came about and kind of how you're feeling about it?
I feel amazing, to be honest. I feel amazing to be able to do that. And like you said, like that was that's my hometown field, and like that's where I literally grew up playing baseball. Like first game of baseball, first team experience, like first practice, first home run, first tournament, like
and what
all
did
those
it look
things.
like then?
I mean, back then it looked the same. You know, the rear clear on the right field grass, the hole in the middle, that it was all there for so many kids. When the old trainer I have was on the field, you can see the tall grass on the left field. Like, if you hit a grump, like, you literally had to search for the balls because the grass was so high, so you could lose like a lot of balls, and you'd be like a week later and be like, oh, there's a ball here. You know, like, there was, like, the infrastructure, sometimes like the dirt from the side would start coming down, so it wasn't in the best condition, you know. And like, for me to be able to like do what I did was really meaningful because I just want to make it a little bit easier for the kids and like everybody that's going to be playing the sport that's coming out of my town, because my wish for them is like it's not just me in the big leagues. I want to see a lot of other kids, like, you know, get into the big leagues, achieving their dreams, and like changing their families, and then kind of giving back to the community, because that's kind of like the only way I see like things growing and changing. And you know, the process, it would just, you know, I have the means to be able to do it, and like, I just went out there and did it. You know, like I wasn't really like waiting around, and like I just feel like something that was really personal to me. So that's why I just kind of, you know, found the people to do it, and you know, didn't really wait around so much, and say, okay, that's what it is, cause let's do it.
You say no to some things, but sometimes that yes feels pretty freaking good.
I know.
So, you know, this is the first time I've kind of felt this, by the way. And maybe I'm projecting, maybe not. Maybe it's because I saw Julio at a Husky game.
Okay.
And, man, was he into that Husky game. And maybe because I know you watch a little of the Seahawks and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
If Julio Rodriguez had grown up in Bellevue, Washington, would Julio have been a football player too?
I mean, I don't know, but if they put me into football, I feel like I could play a little bit.
Yeah.
A little tight end?
A little tight end.
Tight end. I could definitely be on the offensive side of things.
You'd be an offensive player?
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to?
No. I want to be able to just run down the field, maybe, or just say, you know, definitely scoring the touchdowns.
You know, the nice thing about center fielders, they know how to track, too.
Sure.
So that ball's in the air, he's going to go get it and go track it. So I don't know. I kind of feel that. Did you watch some of the Seahawks and their run to a championship?
Definitely a little bit. Definitely a little bit. Like, I will always keep up. And, like, once things started to get serious, and, like, they were, like, you know, first in the division, and they made it to a playoff. Like, it was easy to tune in and just see what the boys were doing.
It's a pretty cool town now, isn't it, man?
Yeah.
To think where they were, like you 7-8 years ago, come into the organization, to see this whole thing build up, to all the guys around you. World Series expectations now, Julio. Everybody's talking about it. MLB was here. Everybody's talking about it. You hear World Series expectations, you feel what?
I mean, I feel amazing. I feel like, you know, I'd say when I signed.
Does it burden you? Is it a
No, it feels good, man. It feels good because this is what good teams do. You know, this is what good teams do, and I feel like we're on that track. You know, we've been stacking up little by little, and I feel like this is where we are now. And you know, it hasn't been overnight. It's been a process. It's been, you know, a lot of tough losses, a lot of, you know, reevaluation, a lot of doubts, a lot of different things, but. You know, now we're here. You know, I remember, like, when I signed my extension here, like, that's what, like, I had envisioned. You know, like, this is, like, you know, to be able to be part of a really good team and, like, do something that nobody have ever done. I feel like with the guys that we have and, like, you know, the steps that we've been taking and, like, how we've been changing as an organization from not being in the playoff for, like, 20-something years, like, now, you know, kind of getting closer to that goal. And I feel like I've taken everybody. He has taken everybody, you know, from, you know, top to bottom, you know, to be able to get on the same page. And I feel like everybody's seeing it as a reality, not like something as a fun group of guys that they're good to play, that the Pacific Northwest, like, love to watch plays, and like, they've been diehard fans for a long time. They know they have a real team. I think they felt that last year because we felt it too, that they knew that we were legit. And, you know, we definitely love that support. But, like, now, like, they should know that they have a real team, a really good team that can contend for them.
This is fun. Thanks for sitting with us. I will say one thing that I just really respected over the course of, especially last year, but I think you've done this throughout your career, is, you know, we're not at every game. We don't get to go into the clubhouse every day. But every morning I show up in the studio, and Maura has a list of cuts from the night before of audio, you know, who spoke the night before, and everybody's cut it up into little 10, 20, 30-second answers. And every time things looked rough for the team last year, you'd lost 3 in a row or whatever it was, there was Julio speaking to the media, coming out front and center, taking the burden from his teammates, being willing to address whatever was going on with the team in those moments. You talk about maturing over the course of the last 4 or 5 years. That feels like a really good teammate who is willing to take those punches for his team. So I just want to say thank you on behalf of the rest of the media. I think that's great. I love when you do stuff like that. I think I have a lot of respect for that. And then just hearing, it's just cool hearing you talk about being chill. I'm just chill. I'm just chill, man. I'm just ready to go. Let's get the season going.
Until we play.
Until the WBC gets going. How hard are we playing in the WBC?
I mean,
pretty hard.
I'm just gonna let the game dictate that.
Yeah.
The game seems like it dictates playing hard pretty quick. Julio, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. It was a pleasure.
So fun to catch up with Julio. He is always one of my very favorite people to talk to. Just love the guy. I love the way he is thoughtful and the way he's grown and matured and all of it. So that's probably going to end up being one of my big takeaways from the week that was. But Brock and I will run through it. Some of the biggest things we've noticed.
As soon as he finishes his workout.
I know, yeah. Brock, the reason Brock isn't on right now is that he's literally stealing the Mariners' equipment to work out with.
Oh, yeah, this weight rack looks like it's for me.
I took one video. I think Justin's got another. We'll let you see what a dork Brock is. But we've got some observations next on Brock and Salk.
The first week of Seattle sports at Mariner spring training?
Man, best week of our year.
Brendan said it yesterday. We're not afraid to say World Series.
Mm-hmm. Brock and Salk definitely caught the vibe.
Julio Rodriguez, who sits down with us right now.
Being able to be so close to something so special really made this team hungry.
Cal Raleigh.
This isn't a fun, cute story anymore. This is who we want to be.
Beginning Monday, March 9th, Wyman and Bob are in Peoria.
I cannot wait to get down there.
Every exclusive interview from Mariners spring training is on the Seattle Sports YouTube page.
We've all been there. Sleepless nights, mind racing, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Video security, burglar alarms, fire alarms, access control, 24/7 monitoring, and more. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy, knowing we're here for you, your people, and your business. Visit bayalarm.com to talk to a local security expert. Bay Alarm, we got you.
Hey! Good Dog Auto Glass. When the stakes are high, you want the best on your team. When your windshield breaks, don't settle for your insurance company's fix that's just safe enough. Trust Good Dog Auto Glass, where the quality isn't light. We do all the things the little guys don't, and we do all the things the big guy does.
We answer the phone when you call, we work for you, and we will walk you through the insurance process. Visit GoodDogAutoGlass.com, Puget Sound's most trusted auto glass company, and get more bang for your bark.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-568-2790. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-568-2790. That's 800-568-2790. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-568-2790.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Give me a freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
I don't read the internet, guys.
Take the bull by the hands.
And Brooke, you are. And Brooke, you are.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Eward and Mike Salk.
Oh, man. How many little takeaways did you say you had? A lot, huh?
Oh, I got some tidbits. I got like 2 or 3 takeaways.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see if we can start running through them now. We'll do it kind of over the course of the morning. But it is our final morning here in Peoria. It's been an awesome week, seriously. Thank you to the whole Mariner organization. They really comport themselves incredibly well, honestly, from top to bottom, from the AAA relievers, who are always the nicest guys around, to the players, to the coaching staff and the manager and the front office.
Tim and Alex and all the crew there as well.
I mean,
just
honestly,
awesome.
everybody. It's just been an A-plus experience this year. So thank you to the weather gods that gave us whatever it is we've had. That's just been incredible.
So it's a high-pressure front.
Is that what it is?
And it's been phenomenal.
All right, thank you.
You're
thank
welcome.
you, Brock. That's good. I know I have some. Why don't you let's just get going. Let's tell people what we've seen.
Yeah, yesterday I caught up with a Mariners official and by the bathroom, which is always a great spot. Thankfully not in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I was departing, he was entering, but was able to stop beforehand. And I shared this with Bump and C-Raj yesterday. He was filling in for Stace, and it's really true. The Mariners feel like the Indiana Hoosiers football team. That may not mean a lot to you or many others out there, but that team was built on 5th and 6th year seniors. They didn't play a freshman. They were all grown-ups. And I told this certain college football fan, I said, it kind of hit me between the wide-spaced eyes. You guys are like the Hoosiers. That team that really cares about each other, all different places, a bunch of transfers from all over the country. But one thing in common, they've all been at the trade 5 or 6 years. So no moment was too big for them. And the more that we've been around Logan and Kirby and Woo and Julio and Bryce and they're 5th and 6th years in the program.
Yeah.
And they just kind of have that maturity level to it.
There's no doubt as you walk through this and talk to everybody, the maturity level of the group as a whole really stands out. That doesn't mean they're serious all the time. You still have Victor Robles running around and being crazy and all that, but there is a maturity level.
Your guy Justin's going to show you a picture later, Salk, that he showed me this morning on the drive over here of you when it was just the Mike Salk Show. The 4.8 rated Mike Salk Show, higher rated than this show.
It's true.
Yes, those ratings. He's going to show you a picture of you and Julio from that year, and you won't believe it.
How young he looks?
Yeah.
Looks
like he's 12.
Yeah.
And this wasn't back in 18 or 19, right? I mean, this was
22?
This was just 21, 22. Yeah, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So he was 21. He went 18. But he looks
I
like.
thought you meant 2018. But yeah, okay.
He looks like a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, it is remarkable.
Pretty crazy.
Kind of the growth and development in the last 3 years.
Yeah, Julio's on my list. Some tidbits. Julio's just chill. We've talked about it a lot. You heard it in the interview just a few minutes ago. That is a different vibe from Julio than we've seen. Last year was almost a little defiant.
Edgy. It was a little edgy.
A little edgy. No,
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't rude or anything.
No.
He was great. But it was, hey, I think we're good. I don't care.
It was that, but it was also personally like I'm putting a kind of a hedge around me,
Yep.
got a ledge to me. There was still joy, but there was a little more seriousness a year
and this
ago.
is now just, hey, man, I'm chill. I'm having a good time.
I am
like
who
what
I
I'm
am.
doing. I love
Mhm.
that. Woo's ready to go. There is something about watching him and being around him, and you guys are going to hear from him coming up here in about 25 minutes. He was, I don't know, like he felt like last year was such a step forward in his confidence, in his comfort. Just watching him walk around this facility and interact with people, he stands out as actually, I thought, really one of the leaders in terms of confidence.
Kind of like that step Logan took 2 years ago, where we were like, oh, Logan's ready to be an all-star. Yeah, Logan's ready to take that next step, and obviously Woo did that last year. My next word, the first one was kind of Indiana football. My next one is waves, because for years we heard about these waves of players, this wave of pitching, this wave of young talent. Well, kind of the waves have arrived, and yet there is still, like, when you're out there on the beach in Maui, Salk, and, you're riding a nice wave. Oh, there's another wave coming. Ooh, look, should I wait for this wave to come, or should I body surf this wave? You're just kind of judging the different waves, and certainly many of the waves have landed. All of these young, as I said, 5th and 6th year players, but then that next wave is kind of tantalizing. Cade Anderson's going to pitch tomorrow, and I think if there's any buzz about anything this week, it's like, yeah, I'm kind of anxious to see what Cade's going to do tomorrow night. Well, he pitched at LSU. Well, he's done all of that. That's fine. Logan was a first-round pick with a lot of expectation, and his heart exploded his first spring training start. Like, he was a spaz. It was like the adrenaline. Honestly, it was like adrenaline overkill. Yeah. What's Cade going to be tomorrow night? Because that wave of Sloan, that wave of Cade, that wave of Colt, that wave of Arroyo, who, by the way, every single time, including yesterday, I watch him, he has quality at bats.
Yeah. Which, by the way, was not true last year.
Really?
I watched him last year and was like, oh, this is a little too big for him.
Okay.
You could see it. I mean, I know he's got all the tools, but I remember watching him in spring training like, he's not ready.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
I felt like
yes. The 3 games I've been to this week, I've watched
completely
4 or 5 at bats.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a mature
great.
pro.
Yes. Yeah, you can see that a year of experience with this last year has totally set him up to really feel comfortable and confident and have those great at-bats this year. Absolutely. Brendan Donovan's the missing piece, man.
Yep.
I was telling Bob Stelton yesterday that Bob is going to love this
Oh, you
guy.
think so?
I do. Yes.
St. Louis guy.
Yeah. It's all of it.
Bob's a St. Louis guy.
All of those things. Like, you name it, Brendan Donovan's got it for Bob Stelton. This is going to be a match.
Yeah, he loved more than anybody that guy that used to lick his shoulder, right?
Brendan.
the shortstop.
What was that guy's name?
And all the weird ticks. And, yes.
Yeah, that's Bob's guy.
That was Bob's guy.
Yeah, but he's going to like this guy even more because this guy can hit.
That's right. And he doesn't lick his jersey and his sweaty shoulder.
What is that guy's name? He was a defensive whiz.
He sure was.
A shortstop.
He was a dirt dog.
Brandon,
the text toy will come up with
sure
it.
it will.
Yep.
He was a good player as a, defensive specialist.
The next one for me, and we were chatting with Shannon about this last night.
Well, I'm sorry. Donovan is a missing piece.
Yes.
He is. Like, he is the rug that brings the whole room together.
Yep.
He is what makes this team, I think, is highly thought of. If they hadn't made that trade, they've been positive.
Yeah, what would have been third base looking like?
Yeah. I mean, they would have done something else. But, like, that trade is the thing that really, I think, allows everyone to go, yeah.
And by the way, in an hour and a half, you'll hear from Justin Hollander. I asked him about that trade, how precarious it was, how did it come together, what were the details, what did it look like at the beginning, how did it kind of finish at the end. There was a lot of really cool stuff that Justin kind of shared with us on that.
Brendan Ryan.
There we go. Brandon, of course, the text toy delivers.
Ryan. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you.
In chatting with Shannon and playing off of that Brendan Donovan, some of the other guys that have come in here. You mentioned the grades of all the NFL teams, Salk. Based on these veterans that have been other places, and Ref Snyder's been, I think we looked last night, like 6 different spots. And according to Shannon, I don't think I'm selling her story or oversharing, but yeah, between him and certainly what I've heard from Donovan and asking Donovan about the strength staff and the resources, it is glowing reviews.
Cool.
It is the behind-the-scenes people in the video room, people in the strength and development room, people. I was chatting with Adam Jude on a separate note about his daughter that was a recruit and, like, going to different places, and you're like, oh, this place is on it.
Yeah.
Oh, this place has got a plan. Oh, this place, every little detail. And it sure feels like the investment made, and we see it. Like every year we come back here, something
new.
There's some new addition
I'm glad
for
you
the
brought that
players
one
here.
up because it leads into one that I had yesterday as I was watching over at the hitting cages. And we used to go over the batting cages. Were kind of couldn't really get in there. It was hard to see. It wasn't very comfortable. The guys kind of got in and out of there, and then they totally.
Well, remember poor
renovated.
Kyle? He's scared of his life.
I know when Nelson
Cruz
so
was hitting
loud.
in there. He was
loud.
He nearly jumped out of the building.
Traject machine, this incredibly expensive investment that mimics every pitcher with a hologram, was like tucked into a corner. And so now they've really done a great job. And they have these huge garage doors that open up, and there's a breeze that flows through, and they've got these really – Courtney was here yesterday, and she was like, I know all the kids are loving all the players and stuff, but I'm looking at the furniture. Like, that's really great patio furniture, and it, like, has a little rocking chair element to it. Like, she was really into it. But the guys all hang out.
Yep.
They're watching each other. They're hanging with each other. I watched yesterday on 4 slots, 4 guys doing 4 completely different things in the batting cage.
Yeah.
One guy was hitting off a tee.
Yep.
One guy was
thrown too.
doing a soft toss
Yep.
while holding a ball like a I don't know, like a basketball-sized rubber ball between his arms to keep his elbows locked.
Yep.
One guy was hitting sliders off of a machine.
Yep.
And then one guy was using the traject machine to face today's pitcher.
Yeah.
And they had probably 10 other guys just hanging out watching.
Yep.
It really is amazing. All right, those are just a couple of observations. We got about 1 million more that we'll get to over the course of the day. It has been a really fun week. We'll give you everything you need to know next. Then Bryan Woo, then a little Blue 88, Justin Hollander later, Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports on 710, seattlesports.com here in Peoria.
Wyman and Bob, every afternoon at 2 on the home of the American League West champion Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Brendan Donovan, the latest acquisition for your Seattle Mariners. He's a guy who gets on base. He doesn't strike out much. He's your leadoff hitter.
You know, everything that he says, he's a grinder. He loves baseball, and I love that, man.
Yeah.
This is a good thing, man.
All about baseball.
Yeah.
That's his sole focus.
Only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here with my buddy, Dr. Daniel Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. The stem cell therapy you did on my knee was a game changer. But Dr. Dan, people ask me all the time if you're seeing the same kind of success treating neck and back pain with stem cell therapy.
Great question, Brock. As you know from your experience, we've had tremendous success treating major joints like hips, knees, and shoulders, but we've also seen excellent results treating neck and lower back pain. In fact, we're the only clinic in the Seattle area offering image-guided stem cell and PRP injection therapy specifically for neck and low back pain.
How cool is that? If joint, neck, or back pain is holding you back, call Dr. Daniel Nelson at Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine and find out if stem cell therapy may be right for you. Dr. Dan here is the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. Call Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD, at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's 425-823-4000 or danielnelsonmd.com.
It's home show season. To celebrate, Lake Washington Windows and Doors is giving you 20% off and a lifetime installation warranty, plus 12 months to pay with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest financing. See us at the home shows or visit lakewashingtonwindows.com.
It took us 93 years to build this reputation, but it'll take just 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently.
Lee Johnson Auto Family.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQ Bar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ Bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and 0 weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Now you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping when you text radio to 64,000. Text radio to 64,000 to get your 20% off. That's radio to 64,000.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
No matter how old you get, you always remember that one great teacher. Hi, this is Rick Riz, inviting you to join WSECU in celebrating Teacher of the Week. Great teachers inspire. Nominate a teacher you feel has changed a life in our community. This year, we're going to honor 24 great teachers with grants of $500, courtesy of WSECU, the credit union for Washington. Teachers are the real MVPs. Nominate an exceptional teacher now at mynorthwest.com/teacher.
Dave Wyman here with Dr. Robert Meyer from Swedish Hospital. Dr. Meyer, tell us about the amazing results prostate cancer patients are getting with Swedish CyberKnife.
Well, at the Swedish CyberKnife, our patients are really satisfied with the experience. The treatment is very effective at eradicating the cancer, has minimal side effects, and we are seeing excellent cancer control 10 years later.
Find out more at swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish CyberKnife.
Spring training is here, and Toyota of Kirkland is throwing you nothing but fastballs down the middle. Step up to the plate on a new ride for the upcoming season with their incredible inventory and offers on Toyota favorites like the Prius, Tacoma, Camry, and Corolla. Their all-star team will get you set up with a test drive so you can round the bases and head home with that car the same day. Don't strike out on savings. Swing by Toyota of Kirkland today, just off I-405 on the Totem Lake exit, or visit online at toyotaofkirkland.com.
Worried about tariffs, imports, hidden fees on your trees? Relax. At Big Trees, the only thing growing faster than our trees is your relief, because trees don't come with tariffs. What you will find is a massive nursery open to the public with hundreds of locally grown trees ready for planting. Come visit our nursery today or online at bigtreesupply.com. That's bigtreesupply.com.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Presented by Marquee Data. Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Good one for the Mariners yesterday, Brock, and it starts with Bryce Miller, who was throwing really hard. We heard from him yesterday, and he said, yeah, arm's feeling better than it has in years. And then he went out and did it. I mean, you saw him throwing 96, 98 early, as opposed to 91 to 94, which we saw quite a bit of last year. That's a really good sign.
So my stuff plays better, when I'm sitting up there at 97, 98.
I think everybody's does. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it does, Bryce.
Now, he did get hit hard a couple times, actually. And Cal, man, he just threw a seed to third yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that.
Nice little play by Donovan to get the takedown as well. Yeah, and then you see double after double after double to begin the thing. It reinforced what we watched the other day out on the road at Camelback. Like, that's kind of what it looks like when it's Brendan to the baton to Cal to Julio to, and it wasn't even Naylor yesterday, but to Randy. And, yeah, that pressurizing, especially at the top of that lineup. And then to see the young kid
like
flying.
this one?
Ooh,
There
I
you
like
go.
watching
Let's hear
Colt
it.
run.
Cut 3. Colt Emerson, his first extra base knock.
The 1-1. Swung on, cracked, center field. Martinez twists around. He's not going to get there. It's over his head. It's going to the wall. Arroyo's going to walk home. Emerson around second base. He loses his helmet. He's flying to third. The throw. He slides. He is safe. A triple for Colt Emerson. Flying into third. Driving home Arroyo. The Mariners get another run. It's 6-2 to the delight of the Mariner fans in Peoria.
So one of the things that coaching has done, and you hear it a little bit, by the way, with Divish, that experience of taking that sabbatical last year and actually coaching, it reinforces some things maybe you already knew or gives you a few new little optics, Salk. But watching and coaching last year, and when you see a young player like be aggressive and do something, you're like, oh, I kind of like that. And, you know, not only has Mr. Arroyo had quality at bats, you know what he's done a couple times, and even yesterday? Right here. And he may not like it, but he challenged the ball strike, and he's been right both times. Colt Emerson right there. Do you think the third base coach was waving him to third as he rounded first? No. I'm just going to be aggressive. And I just a couple little tales to watch over the course of spring with these young guys.
I think Bob asked me yesterday if I thought he was going to make the team, and I don't right now. But I am absolutely open to – I don't think what I've seen so far tells me he's ready to start the year in the big leagues. But I do think that it could happen over the next few weeks. Well, you know,
one other little intriguing thing here. I walked by JP yesterday. He finished hitting. I just said, hey, man, you doing all right? And he's like, way better. Feeling good. So they are just slow playing this. I know. But just keep an eye on.
I even wonder if down the road, I mean, again, JP's in the last year of his deal. I don't think you would want to have an infield where your two middle infielders are both young rookies, Cole Young and Colt Emerson, but it's not like impossible for that to end up being the case at some point this year.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
All right, let's see. NFL, as you remember, won that judgment last year, so they weren't going to be able to release the NFLPA grades, but they all just got leaked instead of released, so really didn't do a whole lot. Dolphins, Vikings, Commanders.
Surprised you the Dolphins were number one?
I think they've always done well in this, is my memory. Yeah, they've always done really well in this. I don't know why. Seahawks were fourth in the league. That's pretty good. And honestly, the only real flaw was
the field turf.
The actual field turf, which
the actual field turf
kind of is what
which
it
I
is.
do wonder, honestly, if that is a little bit combined, because obviously the Sounders play there as well.
And there were a lot of teams that got Fs for field.
Yep,
and there's all the field turf teams.
I think maybe some of the players are like, hey, if we all get on board on this thing, maybe we get rid of the field turf.
I think they don't remember watching these games on actual grass, how bad it was.
In November and December.
Oof, really
off the
bad.
Sound.
Yeah, it was. I think they're forgetting what that actually looked like. But okay. Everything else, I mean, just A's across the board, just really, really popular. The general manager himself gets an A. That's not easy to do. Now,
no, it's not.
He hasn't had to tell most of these guys that he can't re-sign them, and maybe that would end up changing. But that is a big part of what he has to do now. Cut 7, John talked about what his job now entails.
You have to be disciplined in the way you spend in order to save. Ted Thompson used to call it saving your powder a little bit, like saving some cap room, some cash for down the line if guys end up not getting what they want in free agency, and then coming to us further down the line. That actually happened to us with like the first couple years we were here with Cliff Averill and Michael Bennett. We just had great conversations with the agents. We showed a lot of love. We stayed involved, and then they ended up taking. Well, Michael had been here before, so he knew. A couple of the coaches. He knew Dan Quinn very well, and then he knew the people in the building and how all the support we have here. And so, you just have to be ready for that.
That's an old Salkyism right there, isn't it? Keep your powder dry.
Yeah.
Make sure you've got enough in the kitty that when the right deal falls to you, when a free agent's like, you know what, forget this. I'm going to take that 1-year deal. I'm going to go bet on myself, but what would be the best place to bet on myself as an edge player, as a D lineman, as a running back? Where's the best place? Let me go to Seattle. That seems to be a pretty good hotbed.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Yeah, finally, Kraken have gone 0-2 since coming back from the Olympic break. Have not looked particularly good.
Apparently, our preparation during the Olympics
not where you wanted it to be.
Did not get us ready coming out of the break.
They did not look good at all.
What is it now? 10-2 outscored in these two games. 5-1, 4-1, 9-2, 9-2.
Hasn't been good. It was not good yesterday at all. It was a very ugly game. So tonight, though, Torrent in action. If you don't have tickets, good luck. It's sold out. Heather said that there were a couple of jacked up price tickets for on the resale market. But other than that, they opened up more sections. They
You're
kept
a season
selling
ticket
out.
holder, huh?
I split season tickets.
Oh, just call yourself a season
I'm
ticket.
not. I don't. They're not in my name.
Oh.
But I do split season tickets
that.
with a couple friends
I like that.
and or teammates.
Putting your money where your mouth is.
It's so fun, man. It really is super fun to go to these games. They're awesome.
By the way, are you prepared for your cameos coming up here?
No, no, I'm not. This makes me nervous.
I won't watch.
I think
I'll
you
walk
know
o-
me.
I'll
You know
walk
how
away.
nervous things like that make
You know what? I honestly, I won't be. I know you, so I'm going to go walk.
Certain things make me comfortable. This is going to make
Yes.
me uncomfortable.
That's everything you need to know.
Sure is. Quarter past every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show. Okay, it's what time is it? It's almost 7:30. Okay, Bryan Woo coming up next. We interviewed him yesterday after the show. Dude is in a really, really good place. It's just cool to talk to him, and nice to hear a little bit about not just last year, but kind of where he's at now moving forward.
Do you think, by the way, quickly, I know
Yeah.
we got to run to this. Do you think quickly, like, and I've asked you some of these questions, and maybe think about this one, that some of the injuries to 4 of those 5 guys last year also adds to a level of maturity, adds to a level of mortality.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Just
know a little bit more.
Yeah.
Learned a little bit watching the game. And
Yeah.
I think it very well could be. I think it's also just success. And in
age.
Bryan Woo's case, I think it's success.
Time on task.
He showed last night that he could just do it for a whole year. It's like, yeah, what's up?
What was his
I'm ready to
favorite
go.
game of last year?
Actually, it's a good answer that he gave. So that's coming up next. I think we've got a little mystery special guest at 8. I know. It's going to be kind of fun. I know. Very rare for this show. Justin Hollander at 8:30. Kevin Seitzer later. Don't go anywhere. Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
The first week of Seattle sports at Mariner Spring Training.
Man, best week of our year.
Brendan said it yesterday. We're not afraid to say World Series.
Brock and Salk definitely caught the vibe.
Julio Rodriguez, who sits down with us right now.
Being able to be so close to something so special really made this team hungry.
Cal Raleigh.
This isn't a fun, cute story anymore. This is who we want to be.
Beginning Monday, March 9th, Wyman and Bob are in Peoria.
I cannot wait to get down there.
Every exclusive interview from Mariner Spring Training is on the Seattle Sports YouTube page.
Highlights don't win games. The full box score does. I'm Brock Ewart, and most business leaders aren't short on data. They're short on clarity. Numbers are scattered across ERPs, CRMs, and spreadsheets, making decisions reactive instead of confident. And that's not how great businesses are built. Marquee IQ brings all your data together into one clear view, even if it lives in disconnected systems or offline, so you can see what's really happening and act faster. Stop running your business on highlights. Get the full picture. Visit datathatwins.com to see what Marquee IQ can do.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Want consistent color for every job? Milo's Pro Rewards members get a 20% paint discount on future purchases after paint annual qualifying spend reaches $3,000. Plus, order eligible in-stock paint and paint supplies by 2 p.m. for free same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Improving is easy at Lowe's. Excludes spray paint and mist tints. More exclusions, terms, and conditions apply. Subject to change. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Same-day delivery valid in select zip codes. Subject to driver availability. Details at Lowe's.com/same-day delivery.
So what are you reading?
I'm checking out the ratings on the new TVs, and it looks like Samsung, LG, and Sony got the best scores.
Just like last year. What about those new high dynamic range TVs?
They got the highest scores of all, but their prices are really high.
Did you check online?
Yeah, their prices were about the same.
Well, there's one place where we can get a hot deal on those top-rated models.
Where?
At Video Only. Check out the ratings on TV stores.
I see. Video Only scored better than the others.
So, if you want the best deal on the best TVs,
then we should take our TV ratings and head over to top-rated Video Only.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
That same Louisiana flavor y'all love about our chicken?
It's flawless.
Yeah, we did that to crispy Alaskan flounder and butterfly shrimp too. We just couldn't help ourselves. And we didn't stop there. You can add lemon pepper or garlic Parmesan rub to that shrimp. Now we only do seafood every so often, so you know what to expect.
Popeye's can't miss.
That's right. The seafood menu is back.
This is real fish.
At participating restaurants.
Don't miss Three Tree Roofing Mariners Cactus League Baseball.
This could be two. JP has it, goes to the bag, steps on second, fires to first, double play.
Broadcast times at seattlesports.com.
Fenders and Fins reminds parents to enroll your kids in a positive youth program. Sports, hobbies, and community activities improve overall health and performance in school. These programs decrease drug use and violence and develop self-discipline and leadership skills. Let's team together this year to help our kids reach their full potential. Best wishes to all our kids from the entire team at Fenders and Fins, giving every car the attention it deserves since 2002. Online at fendersandfins.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Save $10 on a pair of Rain-X Latitude wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Our professional parts people will even install them for free.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
This hour of the Brock and Salk Show is powered by Star Rentals, preferred supplier to the West's best contractors.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Well, this is something we wanted to make sure we got done before the end of the week, Brock, is to sit down with Bryan Woo, a guy we've been watching and kind of even talking about throughout the week, and kind enough to come sit down with us. How are you, man?
Good, guys. How are you guys?
How's spring?
It's fantastic. I mean, you can see it's gorgeous. Vibes are high.
The vibes are high?
Yeah. No, it's been good.
You are. I'm just looking at all the gear.
It's kind of blinged out, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm blinged out?
Well, you get the brand new glove, which is sweet.
Oh, yeah.
New Rollins glove with, you guys will see it during the year. It's like red stitching on the writing, and then all of the lacing is like an electric blue. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. I decided to go a little bit more color this year.
And you choose that? I mean, you can, how does that go? You walk in and they got like 100 different options for you?
Yeah, that one I did online, but there's like Rawlings guys come in and they show you all the stuff and, you know, what they got each year. Sometimes it's new, sometimes it's some of the same stuff.
Okay.
But, yeah, that one I did in a little bit earlier in the year just so I had time to, like, break it in. Sometimes you put gloves in. Rawlings has been great about, like, you know, as soon as you put it in, you usually get it pretty quickly. But sometimes, like, stuff happens and, you know, it gets lost and then kind of don't get to use it until like later in the year. So I try to break it in as soon as I can.
Like an MLB portal for a player?
No. It's like directly. It's like the same way that anybody else would go on and do a Rawlings glove. Yeah.
So you just go to the Rawlings website and this is the glove you get.
We're just like everybody else.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the cleats today? Because those are pretty sweet.
Yeah, Adidas. I don't know. We're trying them out. It's like a Julio deal.
Yeah, there we go. Now it makes sense.
It's got
a little Julio vibe to it.
Fill in the blank, Mr. Woo. Bryan Woo is the most blank of the starting rotation?
Well, it doesn't really work grammatically, but youngest.
Yeah.
He's the most youngest.
Most young.
Boring PR answer.
You think you're not the most boring of the
No. I was just saying it's a boring PR answer.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean,
because you're all uniquely different.
All very different. Yeah.
Mostly local.
Everyone's very different. Everyone's very different, very different backgrounds, different. I wouldn't say different stages of life, but everybody a little bit different. Obviously, you've heard a couple of kids, couple of engagements, couple of, I'm not quite on that.
You feeling
track.
pressure?
No, quite the opposite. Trying to keep everybody
You
young.
and Cal, both of you.
Yeah, it's, but everybody, I think when you have the quality of people that we have and everybody's about the right stuff, it's easy to get along and start clicking with everybody. And that's kind of the deal with our staff specifically is, besides Louie, obviously we all came up together. So Logan was a little bit before the rest of us, but Bryce and I got drafted together. Curb and Emerson were not that far in front of us, so we were able to go through a lot of the minor league system together, do all the camps, hang out in the off season. So we've had time to build a bond, but it's definitely it was pretty easy, I'd say, from the start, from the time that we all met each other, and everyone clicked pretty easily.
I kind of want to include Jonathan Davis in that. Or Diaz, rather. Did I say Davis?
Diaz.
Come on, be better.
Sorry, I was thinking of the guy from Korn. That was Jonathan Davis. Jonathan Diaz.
Yeah.
Just because he strikes me as a very interesting character.
Yeah, same thing. Very different, but he's about the right stuff. And if you show that you care and you're about the team and all the things that are important, then you can get along with anybody.
What role does Pete Woodworth play in that? In fostering all the relationship and obviously equipping and teaching and what kind of we don't talk about him a ton.
No, I think obviously a lot of their work is behind the scenes. They do so much to help us, but I think when we get to a point where, especially for our staff as a whole, bullpen and starters included, everybody is obviously getting to their prime in terms of age and skill set, and I'd say it's a lot less about skill development than it is about just kind of, we talked about the other day, it's more just kind of like bumpers. Some guys kind of have their traps throughout the year of, a lot of the times, high level athletes, you try to get better, but baseball, it's a very fine line between being good and you want to get better, but sometimes you tinker with things that you don't need to be tinkering with, and confidence and all these things. But I think Woody does an exceptional, and Trent too, but an exceptional job of just kind of keeping us within those confines of, staying consistent with our stuff every day. And if we are trying to get better, we're keeping the adjustments small. We're not trying to make big changes. So throughout a long year, you're going to try to find ways to get better. You're going to try to find ways to, whether it's messing with pitches or mechanics or whatever it is, it's, just kind of keeping us within
tendencies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You could have a couple of bad starts and I start asking questions about things that I want to do and change and whatever. And he's like, no, you don't need to change anything. Just kind of keep chugging along.
I think back on a couple of the other conversations we've had with you over the years. We're talking to Bryan Woo, Mariners pitcher. One, I remember a few years ago asking about, hey, what are you going to do against lefties? And you're like, I'm just going to keep throwing my slider. It's going to work. And I was like, okay. And sure enough, it did. He's like, yeah, it's just going to be just fine against lefties. But the most interesting conversation I remember with you is talking about a lot of the mental skills training that you had through the minors and how it really helped you kind of grow into being a pitcher. You said something last year, and Maura and I had it in our notes since forever. We never got a chance to ask you about it, and that was visualizing the game almost like a video game as it went along, going level to level. Do you remember talking about that?
Yeah.
Can you take me a little bit more in detail of what that is like and what that means?
That one was pretty specific to like a single game for some reason that just kind of popped into my head. Okay. But I think the creativity part of it is always important. That like I said, it's so many games, it's so many starts that sometimes you're not always, approaching games the same way, or you're in the middle of the game and, you always obviously plan on having your A stuff, but you definitely don't always do. So in those games that you don't, like, how do you figure out ways to still go get outs and still put up zeros and still go deep into games? And so you got to, kind of stay creative a little bit in a sense that your first plan A, either whether it's like how you're going to attack the hitters or what you're thinking in yourself of how you want to go about the day. Like, we have our routines and we have our things that work, but you also kind of have to be, fluid in terms of learning as you go and seeing what your stuff is like each day and then figuring out, like I said, how to get outs each start. So it's a blend of a couple of different things, but I think the mental side for me, and obviously I think for anybody that you play enough baseball, you realize how mental of a game it is. And so, that work is just as important for me as the physical stuff.
Don't tell Bryce that.
No.
To each their own, man.
It's to each their own. Yeah, exactly. Everybody's got their different ways, and it's across the board. So it's like, I do a ton of work on some of that stuff, and Bryce is like, who knows, man? I just show up and throw and whatever, and it works. And that's it's the unique thing about baseball. It's like unique things about sports is like, you've seen it. It's the greats come in all different shapes and sizes.
Yeah. When you were 20 years old, you were where?
At Cal Poly.
You were at Cal Poly, your sophomore, junior year, 20 years old.
Yep.
You look at Ryan Sloan.
Putting up huge numbers.
Oh, dominant.
Right?
Yeah,
dominant numbers. Which is why
huge numbers, yeah. No, I had like a 9 ERA, so it's pretty big.
You look at Ryan Sloan in here at 20 years old, and just the way he works, his stuff, where he's at physically, what stands out?
I mean, obviously the skill set stands out, but I think if you're in camp, you're in that position, like everybody's talented. It's more of just the way that he carries himself, and it's a blend at such a young age of having the confidence of, going about your business the right way and the way that is most beneficial to you, but also trying to be a sponge and learn from the guys and talk to as many people as you can about whether it's about pitching stuff, whether it's just about how to be a professional, whether it's, the journey of professional baseball. And, it's such a different journey than other professional sports that it's like, NBA, you get drafted, you go straight to the NBA. If, you're good in the NFL, you're going straight to the NFL versus baseball, you got some time to, to develop and learn. And, the minor leagues is obviously grindy, but you use it to your advantage, then it can be really beneficial.
It's interesting. Bryan Woo here with us for a few more minutes. Some of the other veteran broadcasters I've been with will watch young guys, and one of my friends likes to say, oh, he's trying to sound like a broadcaster. Like he's trying to perform. It's kind of performative rather than find his voice and be who he is. And I do wonder to a certain degree when you're that young, like some of these guys are, or even looking back at your first couple years where you're like, I was doing all the right things. My talent was flourishing. But there's a performative versus this is who I am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chatted with Julio about it this week.
100%.
Like, this is kind of growing into who I am. Do you feel like for you at this age and stage there has been that kind of growth and development?
Yeah,
that makes sense?
100%. I mean, it's just like anything. It takes forever it's always a process, really, of trying to figure out who I am, what my identity is, what am I good at, what am I constantly trying to get better at, what's my voice in the clubhouse, like how do I figure out ways to help the team away from the field, especially as starters. We're playing 20% of the game, so it's like how can I impact the team? How can I impact the game in other ways beyond just my start day? All that stuff it takes time, but I think if you look at it more from it's a process rather than just like how do I figure it out right now? Like why am I good or not good right now? What am I? Oh, I'm great right now, or I suck right now. Like rather than just it's constantly trying to find little ways to get better.
Well, and you sort of joked about your ERA in college, but it kind of sets up that answer of the process and the journey perfectly because you have been on quite the journey. Last year, it must have felt at times like everything had just totally come together. It must have been really satisfying. I don't know what the right word is.
I think consistent is really more the word that comes to mind. I think last year was the most consistent For me, just honestly, day to day, week to week, like each day of the week, I knew exactly what I had to do. Day 1, I got a workout. Day 2, I've got a bullpen. Day 3 is a medium day. Day 4 is a light day. Day 5 is start day. And just like fully committing to the routine, I think, in the process of day to day, so that by the time that I went out to start day, it's like I've done everything that I need to do, and I'm prepared to go compete right now. Versus, big leagues, baseball, whatever, like there's, especially for me, the first couple years in the minor leagues and all that stuff, like trying to figure out what my routine is, trying to figure out the stuff that works for me, what doesn't work for me, what am I kind of always tinkering with and trying to work on and find ways to get better versus what am I firm in my belief of, this makes me good and this is why I'm good. And, just like anything, it's a balance. But looking at it from a perspective of, process and day to day, just gives you a lot more grace to not be perfect.
We asked Cal earlier in the week what his favorite at bat was of last season. Was there an at bat, a moment, not a favorite home run, just a favorite at bat? I'm curious, in your All-Star season a year ago, was there a favorite at bat?
Favorite at bat.
Was there a favorite half inning? Was there a favorite sequencing? Were there a favorite couple, anything where you're like, yeah? That.
I'll go favorite game.
Okay.
And it's probably not the answer you'd think of, but was it last year, first start in Sacramento. I got tagged pretty good. First thing I gave up 2 or 3. But, definitely not my best day stuff, whatever. But found a way to go 6. And then we ended up coming back and winning that game and winning that series. Yep. And that was big for me, I think, just in terms of, I got punched in the mouth to start the game, and I kind of just continued to work and continued to go out and find ways to get outs. And it wasn't the prettiest, stat line, but gave our team a chance to come back and win that game, and we did, and ended up winning that series. So it was the games that I love personally are the ones that don't go great, that don't go perfectly, and I do get punched in the mouth early, and then I figure out a way to get through that start and still go deep or put up zeros or whatever it is. Those are the ones I look back fondly of, the ones that are, they aren't perfect, they're pretty grindy, and then you find a way through it.
You must have really hated last year then, because it felt like every game you were going pretty well, game after game.
I hated New York.
It was terrible. I dominated, and it was awful.
Didn't enjoy Yankees at all.
Good
but
stuff.
It's like the days that are great, like they're great. Yeah, like you have anybody's A+ day is an A+ day, but it's like how bad is your D+ day?
Yep. You never remember a smooth flight.
Yeah,
it's the turbulent flights.
Exactly.
It's a great point.
Yeah.
And so, kind of take me to the end of the year. You get hurt right at the end of the year. That's got to be a scale of 1 to 10, like 50 frustrating.
Yeah. I mean, it's frustrating. But, at that point, you accept it. There's nothing you can really do about it except for get to work and figure out how can I get back, how can I get on the field, and how can I help the team win. I was frustrated. Obviously, it sucked missing the DS and not being able to contribute the way I wanted to throughout the playoffs. And, I could go on and on about how frustrating it was. But you got to, deal with the hand that you're dealt. And once I get hurt, it's like, all right, how do I attack rehab? How do I get back on the field? And how do I help the team win?
How do you deal with that frustration in the moment?
Put some loud music on in the weight room and get to work.
What's the loud music? What do we go with?
It changes every day.
Drowning Pool.
Yeah.
All right. Nice.
Bodies at the floor. It's Maura's favorite.
Yeah, she loves that one.
She does love that one.
Hey, teach his own.
I appreciate it, man.
No, I mean, whatever works. Yeah, it changes every day, honestly. Right. Like I'll have a bunch of different music on. But yeah, that's just like anybody. You have a tough day at work. Go put some music on and get after it.
Are you front squat guy? Deadlift guy?
We don't do a ton of heavy lifting during season.
Yeah.
I'd say in the off season, we do a bunch of different stuff.
Okay.
I like deadlifting. I'm not like a guy that's going to put up crazy weight, but it's just, anything in the weight room.
Ground force,
they do a phenomenal job in the weight room of getting everybody pretty dialed. I think we have I think we got the best strength staff in the league, so they're pretty great.
Well, you mentioned finding yourself and kind of learning more about yourself along the way. Brock and I were just talking yesterday, just watching you walk around camp. It just feels like you are at home here. You know everybody, you're comfortable with everybody, you're confident, and just talking to everybody. It really just feels like you, I mean, from the outside, it just looks like you're at home.
Yeah, I mean, going into year, what is this, I guess 5 with the organization or 6 with the organization, and you get to, start knowing people around the building, and a lot of the people, thankfully, have been here as long as I am. It's not too much of a revolving door. And then same with our team and our staff, and it's it's so easy to get along with everybody when everyone's great. I've said it a million times already, but we're super lucky with just the quality of people that we have in this building, and it's a joy when you get to wake up and you're like, all right, I'm excited to go to work. I'm excited to see all my friends. I'm excited to work with the training staff and strength staff, the pitching coaches, like everybody. It makes it a lot easier. It makes my job easier. It makes it more fun. You get the most out of everybody here. Like, the environment's just great.
You going to plan the bachelor party for Bryce?
I don't know if I'm the right guy for that.
Maybe not.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
All
Yeah,
right.
we'll see.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by and taking a few minutes with us. It's great to get to catch up with you.
Yeah.
Continue. Good luck this year.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it,
Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bryan Woo was a lot of fun yesterday. He does look good, man, with the glove.
He does.
How about the fact that he's got to get a glove at Rawlings.com like everybody else?
Sure.
Did you realize that?
Fuck, these guys put their pants on one leg at a time, just like all the rest of us.
I thought somebody put their pants on for them. Is that what the pitching coach does?
I posted a picture of the glove and the shoes on Twitter since
cool.
you guys were talking.
All right, I'll retweet that. Pretty cool. All right, thank you to Bryan Woo. Justin Hollander is going to join us at 8:30. Right now, a quick Blue 88.
This is Brock and Salk's Blue 88.
We're going to go red, right, tight, close, sprint left, G, U corner, halfback, flat, on one. Ready?
Brock Ewart tackles 3 football questions as only he can.
Blue 88.
Now here's your hosts, Brock Ewart and Mike Salk.
All right, Brock, question number 1 for you. Why isn't John Schneider at the Combine?
Yeah, it struck me. It struck Bob. It struck Dave yesterday. They had this John Schneider show, which was awesome. Back-to-back weeks, off to a great start. They asked John that question themselves. Here was the GM's answer.
Met with all the agents we wanted to meet with, and, got through all the media stuff, the league stuff that we needed to do. And then actually my good buddy Jason Knight, who's the GM for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, was like, you know what? You actually get more out of, being able to watch it on TV, and and getting out of there and not having people kind of bombard you and pin you, and because you're when you're walking around, you're constantly having whether it's agents or media people or young people that are looking to get into business or whatever, they're just constantly talking to you. And so he's like, he said to me last year, he's like, hey, when you're at the Dome watching the workouts, are you watching the field or do you watch the TV? And I was like, I watch the TV.
Smart. So 2 things kind of jump out. The real work in this combine for John was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It was all the interviews. It was all the time with the agents. It was all the feel of the market. That was the real work. And now keep Mike and some of the coaches and certainly the scouts can be there watching everything else. Number 2, kind of like why you and I watch the Super Bowl at home. It's a better product at home.
It is.
There's way more detail. There's way more conversation. There's way more data. You get to watch all of it.
Yep.
And, by the way, you get to listen to DJ talk as well, and he's not a bad talker.
All right, question number 2.
Another good talker, Mike McDonald.
Mike McDonald's human? Is there something he's not good at?
So this is pretty good. He's in the booth with Eisen and DJ. I'll save you, Salk, from trying to squint and read the screen. And this is good. This is just why Mike McDonald was an endearing recruiter and is a very authentic head football coach. Here he was with Rich and DJ.
This is really the first time where this is like the last year that you had guys. Yeah, so it's cool to see ones that I maybe attempted to recruit going, I actually saw some of the guys in the interviews. I was like, man, I screwed up the whole recruiting process. If you went to Michigan, it would have been way better, I promise.
Right.
But maybe it didn't communicate that the greatest way when we were there. But you're happy for them, at that stage in their lives, juniors in high school, they got the whole life ahead of them, and to see what they do in college and be in the position is pretty cool.
recruiting's not hard now in college football. It's all about money. That's the bottom line. It cuts through. But back then, even 6 years ago, when he was recruiting, Maura's right on this. We were chatting about this last night at the house after the Schneider interview, and she's playing different sound. And when Mike McDonald walked in 6-7 years ago in your home, you know what he was? He was endearing because he was human.
Right.
He wasn't the greatest salesman. He didn't have all the pitches. He's not going to be the spin doctor. He's going to be authentic. And it's helped him as a head coach and certainly helped him connect with his players.
All right, question number 3. Brock, who are the best players in this draft, and how does that make this process hard?
Gosh, this is a Mike Salk draft. If there was ever a Mike Salk draft to screw the system, screw your pays, screw your scales, screw everything, and just take the best players. You know who the best players in this draft are?
Safeties?
It's a running back.
Yeah.
It is a safety, and it is an off-ball linebacker.
That makes sense.
That's it.
Yeah.
So it's going to further complicate all of these rankings and all of these, well, where do we put them and how do we compare and how do we scale them? Like, we can't take a running back with the second pick. Well, what if he's the best player? We're not going to take a safety in the top 5. What if he's the best player?
Wow.
We're not going to take an off-ball linebacker. Well, what if he runs 6'4", he's 240, jumps 43, and he puts up numbers no other human at that size has? So, yeah, this could be confounding for all the draft nicks and all the draft boards and all the history of what you shouldn't do at certain positions and overvalue. It's going to be fun.
Brock, that's great tempo right there. It just shows you what you're capable of. You can nail Blue 88 pretty quick when you got to. That is today's version. We do that every day at 7:45. All right, we got 2 hours left down here in the desert. Yeah, I think so. I think he's about...
Did you just walk by?
No, it was no.
Not that one?
No,
Okay.
that's not it. You have no idea.
I really have no idea.
I think you have no, but I got a special mystery guest who is going to join us
I don't
next.
like surprises.
I know, but I think you'll like this
I don't feel
one.
I'll be
I
prepared.
think you will like this one. Why don't you just have a little trust? We talked about the importance of trust. Have a little trust in me.
I watched you tape your cameos.
Why don't you just have a little trust in me? Special guest, then Justin Hollander, then Kevin Seitzer. We'll wrap up our week. Brock and Salk having so much fun here in the desert, in Peoria, at spring training on Seattle Sports on 710.
MLB Network insider John Morosi with Wyman and Bob.
John, looking at this Mariner team, who's the biggest competition in the American League?
Good question. I'll say this. There's no team in the American League whose chances to reach the World Series I like better than those of the Seattle Mariners. When you look at even just today the way the lineup looks, Donovan, then Cal, then J-Rod, then Naylor.
Subscribe to Seattle Sports on YouTube and watch the full interview.
A new baseball season is here, and Toyota Renton has game-changing deals on your new truck. Lease the 2026 Tacoma for $309 a month for 39 months with $39.99 due at signing. Go big with the 2026 Tundra, where qualified customers can finance for 2.99% APR for 72 months with a $1,000 cash incentive. Visit them today in person or online at toyotarenton.com. Offers valid through March 2nd, 2026 on approved credit through TFS. Excludes taxes, titles, license, dealer accessories, and $200 negotiable dealer documentation fee. Model 7540-8361.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
We've all been there. Sleepless nights, mind racing, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Video security, burglar alarms, fire alarms, access control, 24/7 monitoring, and more. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy, knowing we're here for you, your people, and your business. Visit bayalarm.com to talk to a local security expert. Bay Alarm, we got you.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
When you buy a new vehicle from Lee Johnson, you'll get a lifetime powertrain warranty included.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. it finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like an estate planner.
Per the contents of the will, all assets go to, what does that say? Ragutataya Yaminayat. Yeah, I don't know. I was in a weird place when I wrote this.
This is the time for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice.
DayandNight.net.
Save $1,700 when you have Day and Night match your current furnace with a qualifying AC or heat pump.
Your furnace is lonely all by itself, but it doesn't have to be. With our Matchmaker Special, we'll match your furnace with a perfect air conditioner or heat pump to keep your furnace company and your home comfy all year round.
Match your furnace to a qualifying cooling system and save $1,700.
DayandNight.net.
University Reprographics reminds parents to enroll your kids in a positive youth program. Sports, hobbies, and community activities improve overall health and performance in school. These programs decrease drug use and violence and develop self-discipline and leadership skills. Let's team together this year to help our kids reach their full potential. Best wishes to all our kids from the entire team at University Reprographics. Family owned since 1973. Online at universityrepro.com.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today to cars4kids.org. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS. Donation is super easy and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's cars with a K.
Home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest. This is the power of 12 is 1, man.
KIRO AM Seattle and KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma.
Give me a freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Heward and Matt Marcus. Sorry about just Mike.
Heward, not exactly Joe Cap there in the pocket.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
With Maura?
Yeah. You okay this with Maura?
I did, actually. Maura knew about it. Justin knew about it. Maura?
You think I can't have another producer here?
Well, not just another producer.
Maura, it's an X. And it's the first.
As you hear Airborne playing out the Brock and Salk intro song.
Who is that?
Airborne. I know you know that. As you hear the sweet sounds of Justice playing Blue 88, songs that you now hear everywhere around the sports world.
Yep.
Well, one guy who helped put all those things together is the very first producer of the Brock and Salk Show in 2009, Colin Paisley, special mystery guest at spring training.
Hi, fellas.
What's up?
It's good to be back.
Hey.
How are my levels, Maura?
Do you want to go over there?
Nah.
You're good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that to a fellow producer.
Colin, Maura, Kyle, all long arms.
Levered.
We've had some long levered producers.
If we're a team,
Tom
we scout
Wassel,
one
Boy Howdy,
kind of producer.
less. No,
Yes.
really the opposite side of that equation.
Yes.
Andy Bunker, no, but Colin, Maura, and Kyle, a lot of length.
Yeah, it's good for separating you two.
Which you had to do a lot.
I did.
Maura has no idea.
I know.
Yeah.
All we
How
are
easy
now
is it
is
for
fat and lazy.
I've molded these two.
Well, I hear they didn't love each other at the beginning.
No.
no, not at all. No, we had to. It was a lot of really just trying to keep them apart.
Yeah.
Save it for the air.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
Yes.
Let's keep this spice on the radio.
A lot of.
We're back at 10. Stop it.
Knock it off.
Yes, there was a lot of that in the first couple of years.
Yeah.
But now we're just lovers.
Yeah,
I know.
And now I see
It is cute.
I see.
What you two have become.
Is it?
It is.
Haven't aged a bit at all, have we?
Have we aged?
If I haven't, you haven't.
Okay. It's good to hear.
Did Colin get to come down? You got to come down here.
No.
What?
No.
I know, isn't that crazy?
No.
We didn't have the budget for that back then.
Lord, no.
Do you remember you were the producer for what, 2 years? Not even? About 2 years?
2, 3 years.
Okay.
There? Yeah.
But that was.
You got to go to Ireland, though.
I did.
But that was the the depressed Seattle sports scene. It was the depressed recession in Seattle. I mean, you were here for the worst of times.
It was. We all remember the Jim Mora Jr. era, right? That was fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's great. Yes.
Not to mention you were here for the Owen Murphy years, which might have been the worst part of all.
He's
Have
listening.
an opinion.
He's listening. He's listening.
Oh, we have told the story before about Lumberg, the original Lumberg, the first PD.
Lumberg, I forgot. We called him Lumberg.
Who spoke about Colin's now wife.
Yes.
After he stole her office.
He did.
In a brutal because she worked at the station. In a brutal, hostile takeover.
It's a takeover.
He took over her office.
A land grab.
In the middle of the night.
Like you're playing Risk, but in real life.
Yeah.
And then when we asked
colonialism in the office,
we asked him about it. He said, with as much derision as you could imagine,
Colin in the room,
but not knowing that they were dating.
Correct.
In all fairness, he still would have done this if he'd known.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
She's just a promotions girl.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The disdain in his voice.
That was pretty good.
The disdain in his voice.
You know what comes?
We looked at Colin are you going to take this? And he's
you know
like,
what comes
I
together now?
absolutely am.
You know what I'm now realizing?
I'm powerless. You guys don't even bring me to spring training. What am I going to do?
I didn't realize it at the time. The part of the explosion in Ireland, part of why we won, part of why Colin ripped his shirt off on that stage was probably because you weren't allowed to come down in the sunshine.
Yeah,
of the
you
desert.
finally let me join you on a trip.
Yes.
Let you loose on the poor
Let me out of the cage.
unsuspecting Irish.
Yeah.
Well, and then you were gone a year later. I mean, it was.
Oh, hey, you got to burn bright.
Well, and then you have the task of trying to get Bob and Groz together and get them to work and get Groz to do his thing every day.
I mean, they just made the hurdles higher and higher for me.
You're never writing a book, are you?
No.
He doesn't have that
good.
kind of effort.
All right.
There's no way he has the work ethic to write a book.
I can barely remember the stories to say them. Write them down?
So this is pretty cool to see you down here. You got one of your kids with you. I believe there's
That's
a second.
Jack.
Yep,
That's
this is my oldest.
Yeah. What's up, Jack?
Jack, say hi, bud.
Hey.
Yeah,
I was
he is.
tempted to think it was maybe a Mike or a Brock. I mean, there was a little part of me like, oh, here we go. What we got?
Are you kidding me? I want him to have a chance.
I thought there was going to be a Groz, so that is really surprising.
Well,
middle name. That's really a middle name.
And then younger brother, right? Is that your younger brother?
Yeah. That's that promotion gal's dad.
Nice, nice.
Married the promotion girl.
I did.
How about that?
Yep.
I did.
And
Good
then
job.
all these years later.
How many kiddos do you have?
Got 2.
2. Very cool.
Isn't that cool?
Would you have ever imagined, honest to goodness, 17 years ago, like honestly, would any of us ever imagine 17 years later we would still be doing this?
No.
And in the mornings?
No.
And having...
Well,
it was pretty bad early, wasn't it? It was pretty bad.
It wasn't. I could see you guys doing this in 17 years good. I'll tell you that much.
No.
Could I see you doing this in 17 months without getting fired? Yeah, maybe not.
No.
As I hyperextend my elbows trying to keep you two apart.
Well, I will say it is actually kind of nice to have you. It is. We don't talk about this stuff much.
Mm-hmm.
We tend not to talk about ratings or any of that stuff. But we did just get back January ratings during the Seahawks run. You guys are awesome out there. Thank you.
Yep.
Number one in number one in mornings. Pretty cool.
Woo!
Yeah, it
You
was
boys.
Yeah, come a long ways, Colin.
on an AM station. That is, I don't think that's easy to do. So thank you, seriously, jokes aside, to everybody out there for listening listening over these last couple of months. Thank you to the Seahawks for being really good,
yep,
going to the
helps.
Super Bowl. Thank you to the Mariners for what they've done, because obviously that brings a lot of people to the table. But really cool, and the rest of the station had tremendous numbers as well. All three shows just killing it. So congratulations to Bump and Stacy and to Wyman and Dave. It's just been, or Wyman and Bob rather. It's just been awesome. Great little run for the station, and Colin, like, you're a huge part. Like, seriously, a huge part of the history of this station, which is 17 years old.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fun run. It was such a. Thinking back on, like, just us bringing this show together, putting that station together, like launching from scratch. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I look back on it really fondly. It was such an amazing undertaking. I feel like that we didn't realize how heavy of a lift that was when we were in the middle of it. Thank God.
Yep.
But I mean, it's something definitely to be proud of, and the fact that you guys are still here doing this and getting #1 ratings.
And we are really spoiled. Let's be really fair.
Not bad.
Because in 2009, honestly, the Huskies were 0-12.
Yep.
Mora was, and that whole deal was a total mess.
Jim Mora, not this Mora.
Yeah, that was a believe big and lose a lot of games. It was
first team in history to spend $100 million to lose 100 games. Thanks.
Yep.
Was
It
nice.
was a really rough start, and look at it now.
And we just lost a basketball team.
Sonics left. Yep. It was about as bad as it gets, and now it's not even a question. You have a Super Bowl champion team in their window, and this team that's poised to be a World Series contender.
What do you make of this Mariner group?
You know what? I was talking to a friend about this the other day, and this is an odd feeling for me as a lifelong Mariners fan, coming in with like expectations after they've actually achieved some real success. I don't know how to handle it. I don't know. This feels weird to me.
Yep.
So I don't. My soul feels like I should not be optimistic, because we can't possibly be good 2 years in a row. That's not. What are we doing? But I mean, you know, all of the damaged psyche aside, this team is so much fun. The pitching is incredible. Yep. The young I mean, watching Cal Raleigh have just like truly a magical season last year is a lot of fun. Having Cal Raleigh, Jack, who's your favorite player, bud? He's gonna Cal Raleigh, big dumper is
he just stuck his butt out at us.
Yep, that's how he knows. Yep,
dumper.
that's his
Big
so
dumper.
you know, having a player like that who's just like iconic, Julio and the rest of the gang I mean, there's just a lot of fun personalities too. Like, this is a fun team.
Yeah,
I'm
if you were
excited for this
embedded
year.
here, like Mora is, you know, Colin Paisley, our first love. If you were embedded like we've been this week, you know what else you'd say a lot? These are great dudes. There's like not one turd on this team. There's not one diva, one bad guy, one selfish, one clique, one anything. Yeah. Like, these are just great dudes.
Well, and that's, I mean, coming off of this Super Bowl run from the Seahawks team. I mean, that's how much have they talked about it being a collective effort? Everyone's got their back. It's like everyone's kind of in the foxhole together and playing for each other. And if you got that with this Mariners team and the talent they have already with last year's run to build on, that seems like
I'm so disappointed in myself.
Yeah,
I knew that you hinted.
I told you this might be a possibility, and then you forgot. You're getting old. Yeah, you're getting very old. Colin, your old nemesis is no longer here. Jack Zarensic. He no longer walks the halls here, so you don't have to try to say his name.
He wasn't my nemesis.
Yes, he was. On the phone, he was.
Well, do you? I don't know. Did I ever tell you guys the origin of that story?
No.
So the origin of that story is, and you're not going to believe the name I'm going to say. The origin of that story is Bill Cosby.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh boy.
So
where's this going?
Sounds like a gross story.
Before I was a producer here, I was a producer for a different.
Yeah.
Now defunct music station in Seattle, and we had Bill Cosby on one day, and so I had to call. His handler or whatever, and then they passed me through, and I said, "Oh, hi, Bill. I've got so and so ready to talk to you." And the phone line is just dead. And he goes, "How old are you, son?" I go, 25 or whatever. And he's like, "Someone your age should be calling me Mr. Cosby." said, I'm sorry about that, Mr. Cosby.
Now the whole story comes
Now it all clicks.
So I,
Jack.
So that I had because that was our first first guest. I think.
I think it was a little longer into the show than that.
It
but
was early. No, I want to say it was early. It was like.
early.
But anyways, yeah. So I in that moment I got the deer in headlights voice, and I was like, all of a sudden I was like, oh, this is, I might have to do a Mister on this. I was going to call him Jack, and then I was like, Mister, and then
and then we made fun of you still 17 years later.
But this is like Paul Harvey, the rest of the story. This is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. This is radio.
So you're going to
gold.
stop making fun of him for
no,
that?
Probably not. But
nor should you.
I get it though. It's tough. I like when I called Pete Carroll, I was like, Coach. Do I call him Coach? What do I? It's tough sometimes to figure out what to call people.
Well, and especially in this business because there's it's an informal.
Colin. Moore's really good at that.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
No,
She's a lot better.
She's really hard working.
Hard really. Not hard. That's also a low bar.
Hey, it's good to see you, man. Great to catch up with you. It's so cool to see your family and see all the success you and Darby have.
Jack.
The whole thing is awesome.
My man Jack right there.
Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
Thanks for having me. It's good to see you guys, and here's to I'll be back in 17 years.
Perfect. Yeah, we won't be here, but you can come back and say,
we'll be on
Brock and
said that
Salk
17 years ago.
version 7 at that point after breaking up and getting back together over and over. We'll come back here with everything you need to know next, and then Justin Hollander, Mariners general manager.
Mr.
That's Mr. Hollander,
Mr.
even though I think he's like, younger than Colin?
Mr. Hollander.
That's all coming up on Brock and Salk.
The first week of Seattle sports at Mariners spring training.
Man, best week of our year.
Brendan said it yesterday. We're not afraid to say World Series.
Brock and Salk definitely caught the vibe.
Julio Rodriguez, who sits down with us right now.
Being able to be so close to something so special really made this team hungry.
Cal Raleigh.
This isn't a fun, cute story anymore. This is who we want to be.
Beginning Monday, March 9th, Wyman and Bob are in Peoria.
I cannot wait to get down there.
Every exclusive interview from Mariners spring training is on the Seattle Sports YouTube page.
Do you have a car sitting around collecting dust? Well, turn that car into cash at Wayscar Ford in Auburn. Not only will they purchase your vehicle today, pay you right up front, but it gets even better because once they resell your old car, they share 50% of their profit with you. I'm here with my friend Mark Clymer from Wayscar Ford in Auburn. So, Mark, it's been a few years since you started offering this. How's it going?
I got to tell you, customers are loving it. They're getting top dollar for their vehicle up front. They're getting paid right now. And the best part is when we resell that vehicle, they're getting 50% of the profit.
That 50% has now amounted to over $1 million shared with customers. Why do you think it's working so well?
Let's face it, it's Thunderdome out there with all the auto theft, the identity theft, and the other scams going on today. Less and less people are comfortable trying to sell their car themselves. So we offer them a way to get a lot more money for their car without having to go through all the hassle of trying to sell it themselves.
And it's only at Wayscar Ford, Isuzu, and Auburn. WayscarFord.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
So, how's your research going?
Surprising. After I figured out the top-rated TVs in our price range, I went shopping for deals.
And who's the best?
It wasn't the internet, and it wasn't the Warehouse Club.
But?
It was video only. They had better deals on the Samsung, LG, and the Sony TVs that got the highest scores.
Better than online and at the club?
I know! Video only beat them all. And now we can afford an even better model for the same price. My research really paid off.
If we buy it video only.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll be sorry.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
You'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
Hey there, Dawn Reiling with Olympic Hot Tub. Don't you hate FOMO, the fear of missing out? Well then, you don't want to miss out on the big savings waiting at our floor model finale. Save thousands on 2025 floor model saltwater hot tubs featuring new smart monitoring. Your tub tests your water for you. Exciting deals in all 8 Puget Sound showrooms. But hurry, they end February 28th. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub.
Get broadcast times for every Three Tree Roofing Mariners Cactus League broadcast.
Holy smokes, he does it again!
At seattlesports.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and, of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Presented by Marquee Data. Here's what you need to know. Up first.
All right, a little win for the Mariners yesterday as they got after the Guardians offensively. A whole bunch of doubles early in the game. First it was Cal, then it was Julio, and then how about cut two? Randy Arozarena, check it in.
Here's the pitch, swung on and a fly ball into deep center field. Martinez going back to the warning track, reaches out and eats off his glove. Julio takes off, Ronnie third. He will score. The relay to the plate will be cut off. Julio scores easily. Randy Arozarena with a double. 3 consecutive doubles by the Mariners here in the bottom of the first, and the Mariners have an early 2-0 lead over the Guardians.
That poor center fielder was in a blender yesterday.
He had a tough day.
Oh, yeah, that was a high sun, and there were some rocket shots, and Colt got the nice little triple, but same thing, literally. I think he spun around like a top in center field on that
It
play.
is really hard to play the outfield here at spring training. I mean, jokes aside.
Oh, especially on days like that with the high sky.
With this high sky, that ball, and then a little bit of wind, and it carries. It is a very difficult place to play the outfield. But good on the Mariners for taking advantage, and they just keep finding ways to score runs. Julio was a part of that, as I said. We talked to him yesterday, asked him, all right, you're 4 or 5 years later, how is the 25-year-old Julio different from the 20-year-old Julio?
I feel like I didn't know a lot of things back then, and rightfully so. But, I mean, even playing the big leagues, I got called up at 21. So, just like a lot of things about baseball, about myself, in general. I thought there are just so many new things that I get to do right now, and I'm happy. I'm happy for all the things.
The reality of that too, as I listened to that a second time, it's all the things in pro ball that I didn't know, but it's all the things off the field that I had no idea.
Yeah,
I just go play. Yeah, that's part of it. Now go be a professional. Now go deal with that marketing agency and that agent and that money manager
This
and that
person
person
who wants something
and
from
that
you,
commercial and
this
that
throng of people that need your time.
What?
Yeah, not easy.
Nope.
Not easy. Not easy.
Easier with 5 years of experience at
Yeah.
25 to say no.
Now he's pretty chill. Just pretty chill.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
All right, Combine continuing. John Schneider actually isn't even there anymore. He went and then he left. Mike McDonald there as well.
Mike stuck around. He
yes.
kept Mike there.
He did. Mike is.
He's an outgoing social butterfly.
He's not.
He is flapping his wings like a butterfly.
I really appreciate
out of his cocoon
how much Mike is like on message these days. Of like, no, we're doing this. No, this is our day. No, it's like he is very much on it. Probably one of the reasons he got an A from the players as a head coach this year.
Probably why his team stacked, 17 wins.
Yeah, that could be a big part of it. John Schneider did talk to Wyman and Bob yesterday, as he does every Thursday this time of year, and said, yeah, winning the Super Bowl is not only great for, last year, but it helps with free agents in the offseason.
It's enormous because it's being able to back up what we've been preaching for years, and that's like the people in the building be able to support the players, like with Mo Kelly and Soup and everybody, Connie, the wife and the families and everything. Like, how are we going to be able to help you? We're going to be able to help you. Like,
I don't think people understand that completely. It's actually one of my takeaways at some point today, whether we get to it at 9:30. We'll see if Mr. Seitzer shows up and all that good stuff. But that really is one of my takeaways. Like in any great employer, and those of you that work for a great employer and when you've not worked for a great employer, you know the difference of being taken care of. You know the difference when you feel like they're giving me every resource and every tool. You know when you work for Bonneville Media, Salk, and you got Justin Barnes with this tripod with great cameras, and you got all the equipment that we have, and you have all of the, right? I mean, you know when people are committed.
You do.
Or when they're not.
And you know what the opposite looks like as well.
You sure
you
do.
know when it's, a card table from 1975, and everybody's just kind of sitting around. It's a very different experience. So it's cool that is working so well for John and for the team.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
All right, Kraken 0 for 2 since coming back. I don't even want to give them the time of day at the moment. They're going to have to earn that. Instead, we could talk about the sold-out Torrent, who go tonight. PWHL team, Seattle Torrent. They've got Toronto, the Sectors in town. And, sold-out building. They kept opening up more sections, so really cool. You can try to get tickets, but that's a Climate Pledge tonight. We got into the political stuff with the whole hockey team the other day. I'm not going to get back into it at all. But I will say, Hillary Knight, just the maturity with which she handled it. If you have an opportunity to listen to what she said.
Is she 45?
No, but she is, she's clearly not 22.
Four-time goal. I mean, she's wise.
She's been around for a while, and she's a really smart person. And I do recommend, if you can find it, just listening to what Hillary had to say. There's a reason she's the captain, and a pretty bright person. Pretty cool. All right, that's everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show. Speaking of bright people, you want to be a major league GM, you better have some of that in your back pocket. That's exactly what I would say about Justin Hollander, and he joins us next on Brock and Salk.
ESPN senior baseball writer Buster Olney with Bump and Stacy.
Can you remember a season with this high of expectations for the Mariners?
No, nothing like this. Starting the season, a World Series appearance seems totally reasonable. If you pick any other team from the Dodgers to win, given their strength, you're kind of inventing a reason. But I'm picking the Mariners. I've got them on the record. I just don't want to be like everybody else and pick the Dodgers.
The full interviews on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
Yeah, luxury's arrived. You guys know this. The all-new Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. It is open, and it is awesome. The destination spa, the non-smoking gaming space, the breathtaking views of the Cascades. Yeah, you can catch every game at Hawks Peak all season long, and what a season this is going to be. Yeah, that 2,000-seat entertainment center, or the entertainment venue, that's pretty sweet. I saw Queensryche is even coming this summer. All right, effortless style, the utmost in relaxation. Book now at snocasino.com. Seattle's closest is Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
Whether I'm catching up with friends or family, C-Star Restaurant and Raw Bar in Bellevue is the place. Hey, Brock Heward here, and I love C-Star's welcoming atmosphere and polished service, which make conversations flow easily and everyone leaves impressed. It's the same quality and hospitality C-Star and Chef John Howie have been known for decades. And now an amazing deal. 3-course dinners in the lounge every night from open to close starting at just $50. Go check it out. Find the details at cstarrestaurant.com, cstarrestaurant.com.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQ Bar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ Bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Now you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping when you text radio to 64,000. Text radio to 64,000 to get your 20% off. That's radio to 64,000.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your card can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your card today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Don't miss the All Sound Plumbing Mariners Cactus League report. Tuesday nights at 6. Going inside Mariners camp on the home of the American League West champion Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Gold demand is skyrocketing to record highs. As more Americans rush to preserve their savings, will there be enough gold? I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and I believe physical gold is the only way to truly protect your 401k or IRA savings. Gold offers tangible security that can't be tracked, stolen, or inflated. That's why I strongly advocate for gold IRAs. To learn more, text the word SECURE to 989898 now. Birch Gold Group will send you a free info kit on gold IRAs. Birch Gold is the only gold company I trust, and their thousands of great reviews prove I'm not alone. So don't wait another second. Protect your retirement savings today and see how easy it is to move your IRA or 401k into physical precious metals. Text SECURE to the number 989898 for your free gold IRA info kit. Again, SECURE to 989898.
Message and data rates may apply. So what are you reading?
I'm checking out the ratings on the new TVs, and it looks like Samsung, LG, and Sony got the best scores.
Just like last year. What about those new high dynamic range TVs?
They got the highest scores of all, but their prices are really high.
Did you check online?
Yeah, their prices were about the same.
Well, there's one place where we can get a hot deal on those top-rated models.
Where?
At Video Only. Check out the ratings on TV stores.
I see. Video Only scored better than the others.
So, if you want the best deal on the best TVs,
then we should take our TV ratings and head over to top-rated Video Only.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
You'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
All right, rolling along here at Mariners Spring Training, Brock. Yeah, starting to get a little sad as the week is, eventually going to come to an end. And you know how much I just love being here. My favorite week of every year. And I would imagine for Mariners general manager Justin Hollander, this is one of your favorite times as well, right? Hope is everywhere. Everyone's a little bit more relaxed. Where does the few weeks of spring training rank for you in terms of your year?
Get very high. I'm going to get myself in trouble because I don't think my family is very high on this time of year. But it's great right now. Very relaxing. It's just great to go out and just watch players. There's no roster moves to make. There's no big decisions to make right now. I'm not pulling my hair out, after losing 3 or 4 or something like that. It's just watching a bunch of good players and a bunch of good people run around the field and get to know each other and develop chemistry and cohesion. And it's a lot of fun right now.
What is your day-to-day down here? If we were to kind of check in from the time you check in to over the course of the whole day, what does a day look like? A day in the life of?
Sure, I'll probably embellish a little bit so they keep paying me. But no, we usually have staff meeting first thing in the morning, 7:30ish. So I'll go to staff meeting, just get impressions from everybody on what they're seeing. Share my own on occasion as well.
With that staff meeting, does that incorporate Dan and the coaches?
Oh, yeah, it is the sort of the coaching staff meeting.
Gotcha.
Some front office members as well. We don't demand that everybody get up at 6:30 in the morning every morning, but we have a good group that goes in there every morning, and we'll cut it up. We'll make fun of some people. We'll have introductions, things like that, just ways to keep it loose with the staff. We'll have player plans during the day, either with the staff or with the players. So we'll get in the room and we'll talk about areas that we want guys to have focus on, either enhancing a strength or sort of finding out ways to turn the dial on areas of
individual
improvement.
Players.
Correct. Yeah. Individual player plan meetings. I traditionally do not sit in the player-facing version of that, but I will work with the staff on developing those goals for the players.
So just for instance, just to drill a little deeper on that, I heard someone talking in the hallway the other day about a defensive plan for Celestine.
Yep.
And they were like, hey, I want to send somebody out to go kind of watch him and be around him. And then we saw him later in the day working on the wall, taking ground ball. Is that the type of player plan you're talking
about?
Yeah,
we're it's pretty developed. It starts over the winter. We'll get all the stakeholders to weigh in, then we'll meet in person in spring training. Sort of we have first impressions of what they did over the winter. How's it looking? Now let's establish what our goals, no more than 3, are going to be for this next segment of spring training in the early part of the season. And then once the players are out with their club, whether it's an affiliate player in the Dominican or a player in the big leagues, we'll recheck in on how those goals are going periodically throughout the season. If they've checked the box, we'll go make a new goal. And sort of that process keeps going all day, all year long. And then, I'll come out, I'll watch bullpens, I'll watch live VPs, I'll watch our game. Usually we'll have some meetings during the day, whether it's a project we're working on, and it is a good time of year to take on a bigger project. We're still a little too early in the spring to start focusing on players that may be out of options on other clubs or small trades. So for right now, it's just a lot of watching the game. You got your money's worth yesterday, all 4 hours of it. But yeah, this is a great time of year.
How critical is the data? Those TVs that are right above every mound now, the TVs that are right above every cage now, all the things that have been added here, even in our time of coming down here, 15, 16 years ago to today, and see all these details. So you watch a bullpen, and Sloan's going to throw here in about an hour or so.
Yep.
Are you constantly gazing at that monitor right above it as well?
Constantly, no. I don't think that's healthy to seek feedback on every move you make. But I think in aggregate, you can learn a little bit from each one of those. I think it's more about providing the players a resource if they want it. If a guy says, I just don't want to have it on today, I'd rather just throw and be in the headspace that I'm in. That's fine, too. But I think not having the suite of options available, almost all of the players, particularly the pitchers, want that info. for every player that's old school, there's 10 that are new school, whether it's a position player or a pitcher that want the feedback, want to know. I think it's just incumbent upon us. Our analytics department will be the first group of people to say, you can do great things with data. You can also do terrible things with data. So making sure that, we're using it for good and not for evil.
I often, talking to Justin Hollander here, Mariners general manager, and I've often heard you guys talk and use the word model. Our model suggests this, our model is that, and I love the phrase for baseball. It's perfect. I was thinking about, and maybe you would consider this to be part of your model, draft, develop, and trade, and we've heard Jerry say it a number of times. I know you've said it a number of times, and a couple weeks ago I was thinking about it. I'm like, I don't think it's enough. I don't think it accurately describes what you guys do. There needs to be a fourth part of it. Because it seems to me that it's draft, develop, trade, and retain. Because you've really made an effort to sign long-term the nucleus and core of your organization that you really believe needs to be here. I can't think of a major piece that you guys have let walk in free agency or traded before they were about to get expensive or anything like that. You may not have signed a million big-name free agents from the outside, but isn't retain, or maybe you guys use a different word for it, isn't that a huge part of this model?
Yeah, it has to be. It's really hard. I don't think we should take for granted how hard it is to draft and develop a pitcher as good as Logan George, Bryce O'Brien. Like that's a sort of a once in a player cycle hit, and for us to have done it 4 times, you want to be able to keep those guys. It's not often that you draft Cal Raleigh, one of the 5 best players in baseball, or sign a Julio Rodriguez, for us unquestionably the best center fielder in baseball. You want to have those guys for a long time, and I think, locking up Cal and Julio for a long time, extending JP after we acquired them, it's important to develop continuity with a core of players that you really believe in. You shouldn't take for granted how good those guys are and how tough it is to go just plug someone else in.
So when you say continuity, that seems like this would be a big part of that. Right?
For sure.
Continuity for the fans who get to know players. And, it's unfortunately in a lot of markets, you cycle through those players, you churn through them. As soon as they get good, they're off, and you have to bring in and get to know some new players. But also for the coaching staff, for the whether it's controlling the zone or now dominating the zone, for your philosophy that you guys use, for the chemistry in the clubhouse. It feels like it would really be important for all of those things.
Yeah, I'll start at the top. We can be as cold and calculating as the next front office. You can use model to refer to sort of philosophy, or you can use model to refer to our internal valuation on a player, and that's all great. I don't think we should ever lose sight of the fact that we are in the entertainment industry, and that the name on the front of the jersey means something, but so does the name on the back. And, it means something. I've talked about it on the air before. I have 2 young kids. My kids are 9 and 10 years old. I think it's awesome that they're going to watch Cal and Julio for all their careers. That means something to them. And I think that means something to our fans. And, I think it's pretty cool how quickly our whole region, not just our city, but our whole region, just became the biggest Josh Naylor fans in the whole world, and I think vice versa. And that was a factor for us, that he likes it here. Our fans love him. He says he loves to hit in our park and has shown that he can. Why would you look elsewhere? When you have a player, you learn things about them that you can't possibly know about a player that you've never had before.
This isn't a conversation about payroll, but your payroll is roughly in the middle of baseball, give or take. When you're in that spot, how important is it to get to know a player personally before giving them a lot of money?
I think it's important. It's not the only thing that matters, and I don't think it's a deal breaker, but I think it does help. It gives you comfort of what you're getting. When you give somebody, almost $100 million or more than $100 million, you kind of want to have a good idea of who you're getting married to. I try and stay away from a lot of the payroll discussion because it's just not something that I'm focused on day to day. I'll paraphrase Tom Petty. I'm more interested in the dogs than the bones. We have a really good team, and it never occurs to me, what would it look like if we just spent a little more money? We are really excited about the group we have. But you want to be methodical. You want to make good decisions with the money you're investing, and I think it's just easier to do that when you've either drafted the player, you've acquired them via trade and gotten to know them even just a little bit. We knew more about Luis Castillo 10 days into having Luis Castillo than we did for the years that he pitched for other teams. You start to learn their habits, how they are as a teammate right away.
What have you learned about the feel of this camp a couple weeks in?
I think the group of players that we have, obviously we know a lot of them, but the new guys really fit in well. I'm so impressed with the way they communicate, the type of teammates they are, the care factor they have, the professionalism. Specifically really impressed with what Brendan Donovan and Rob Refsnyder have brought to the table. I think Jose Ferrer fits in like a glove. Andrew Kisner's done a really nice job of acclimating, and that's a hard job to come in as a catcher in this organization and learn a whole bunch of new faces really quickly. So I think the standout thing for me is the culture of the organization and everybody just feeling like they belong. It's really, really cool to see.
You know what's interesting, Justin? I hear you, Justin Hollander, here with us, general manager of the Mariners. John Schneider said, I think it was this last offseason or at some point over the year, he was asked what happened. What did you guys do after hitting so well early? And then there was a little bit of some rough years and then just hit so well the last 3 or 4 years. And he said we narrowed our focus. That we were really too scattershot. It was like, wow, we're going to lose this guy. We got to bring in this guy. And just the board became too big. And over time, they have just kind of narrowed the focus. With time on task now that you've had, that Jerry's had, the continuity here of a decade, do you feel similarly like we know a Mariner? So when we bring in a Refsnyder or a Donovan, there's more comfort because the focus isn't as large but really narrowed?
I think that's helpful. Organizational continuity is such a huge thing, and obviously that starts at an ownership level. John and Chris Larson, the whole ownership group, just giving us time to make our own mistakes and learn from those mistakes and, develop a process that works for us. I think that's really important. It's important to have a group of players that are consistent. It's really hard, you mentioned it earlier, to start imprinting philosophies organization-wide that start at the big league level when you have 15 new players in a given year. Yeah. So we've got continuity. Obviously, the Seahawks are a great example, I think from the outside looking in, of the value of organizational alignment. What they've been able to do in a short amount of time with a new coach and a new staff and fitting players into a system was remarkable to watch this year. Just super impressive, and they kicked butt once they found their rhythm. I hope that we can go on, obviously, a run like that, and I hope for a bunch of years down the line we're talking about Seattle being kind of a destination sports town because both of us share common traits of organizational alignment with a lot of talent.
When we get up to Seattle in end of March and start the season, what are you most excited to see on the field?
I think the consistency up and down of the lineup, I think we're going to be really difficult to pitch to night, and I think that starts with Brendan Donovan setting a tone every night. And, we watched a little bit of yesterday. We sort of had almost the starting lineup out there yesterday. And that group, particularly against right-handed pitching, is I think, going to be really difficult to wrangle your way through inning by inning. There's just not a lot of breaks in the lineup. There's a lot of guys who can hurt you in different ways. And it was fun to watch yesterday.
Similarly, and, we know that no baseball team is complete in March. Where will you have some questions that you're like, okay, I want to see how this plays out because maybe there's some concern?
Yeah, always health. Always health is really important. We had our struggles last year, particularly on the mound, of just getting guys healthy and at their best. And I think what we've seen so far is really encouraging in that regard. We'll have a moment. We're going to have the moment where, I lose even more hair on the top of my head, where 2 starters are down and we're trying to figure out who the next best guy is and how we manage for a certain period of time. Every team, it's 162 games. You're going to have to manage that adversity. The teams that do that the best are usually the teams that come out on the other side and handle it well. I thought we did handle it well down the stretch last year, and that's always going to be the biggest thing is we got to find a way to stay healthy. But I think we have reinforcements at the ready if we need them. We have young players coming through who have been incredibly impressive so far in camp, both on the position player side and the pitching side. And that's just part of baseball is you're going to have to deal with that adversity, and you're going to need, to use a football mentality, you're going to need a next man up to go step up and help carry the water for a little bit.
Greg Amsinger was here the other day from MLB Network, and he knew and had background with Brendan Donovan in St. Louis and knew the people all out there. And, man, we've heard from so many different folks covering baseball and around St. Louis of, geez, what kind of guy he is. We've gotten a feel of it this week.
It didn't take long.
No, it didn't.
You literally just need to shake his hand. You're like, okay, I know who this guy is.
And I think Greg called him the polish, right? He's kind of the polish on this roster. I kind of like the way he framed it. Now that the deal's done.
Yep.
How precarious was that? Or how about any kind of background you feel comfortable sharing?
Jerry and I talked about it a lot. For me, it was it took us from fine offseason to what I thought was a great offseason. And he just can do so many things to help a good team win. For me, he's like the archetype of a championship winning player. He plays a bunch of different positions on the field. He's a high-level competitor with great makeup who can hit anywhere in the lineup. Most importantly for us, he can serve as a tone setter at the top of the lineup to feed into the guys who can hit it over the fence and to turn it over again to get back to those guys. Sure. And that's just a great fit. In terms of like how precarious it was, there were times when we were definitely like, are we ever gonna make progress here? Right. You can't help but read the rumor mills and see that, this other team's interested. What do they have to offer that maybe we don't have? And you're trying to balance the want to get a deal done with the sort of the limits of what you're willing to do. And we definitely stretched. We gave up a lot because we think it's a perfect fit. And nothing that we've seen in our 2.5 weeks here has dissuaded us from that being a great decision.
It's interesting to book in that offseason that you just framed it that way, because at the start of it was like, oh, we need Naylor. You need Naylor. We need Naylor. Everyone needs Naylor. And boom, it gets done. And it happened so fast in the offseason, and then Ferrer, and then ultimately this was like, even Brendan said, gosh, I was about ready to go to camp. Like I didn't with St. Louis, like I didn't know if this was going to get done. So ultimately, from your frame, why did it get done? How did it get done?
I think I give Jerry a ton of credit. I think I've told you in the past, we tend to just sort of go back and forth on who handles point on deals based on relationships. And we've talked about the value of relationships before, and I think it got done mostly because of Jerry's relationship with Eric Neander. Eric and Chaim had a great relationship from working together. Jerry and Chaim have done deals before. I wouldn't say they're as close as Eric and Chaim are. And Jerry and Eric have done a ton of deals. And the trust factor that Eric had with both Chaim and Jerry really helped everybody hang in there and get a deal done. Everybody kind of hung in there and just kept trying to find the right combination to make everybody happy. And ultimately got done because Jerry was patient enough and just, kept working the phones and kept coming up with new ideas and ways to be creative to get it done. Obviously, us having the tradable draft pick was really helpful. Tampa Bay also had a tradable draft pick that was really helpful. Tampa Bay, really valuing and being interested in Ben Williamson, who is the definition of their type of player. Again, just a lot of boxes that checked on all sides. It's really hard to do three-way deals, and I give Jerry a ton of credit because there were times where I was getting very impatient, and he just, this is the perfect fit. We shouldn't forsake the perfect fit to go do something that doesn't really move our meter. Let's be patient, and I give him a ton of credit.
Justin Hollander with us, Mariners general manager. You mentioned the young guys and some of how impressed you've been. What do they need to do? I mean, let's run through a couple of these guys, and what are we looking for? Let's start with Cole Young, who I think projects as your starting second baseman on opening day. What are you looking for this year from Cole Young?
Just consistency. I think he really changed his body this offseason. Really proud of what he did in the offseason. He's moving better. He's throwing better. And I think you'll see him be able to maintain consistent bat speed, consistent approach, and get to some pitches that he maybe didn't get to at the end of last season when he was tired and kind of the league had exposed a small hole from him. And I think he's showing us that he's ready to play in the big leagues and ready to just take the job and run with it. Really excited. What he needed to do, he did, which is the work in the offseason. He checked that box for sure.
Colt Emerson, excuse me. You're two Emersons in...
won't be the first and certainly won't be the last.
I know.
We're getting old.
I'm just barely getting over calling Emerson Hancock Sterling Hitchcock. Right. So I'm going to make a mistake with Colt Emerson. It's just brutal. Yes. Colt Emerson, we know that you guys are giving him every opportunity, and he's been in every spring training game so far.
Yep.
We know that there's the chance that he could make a big league roster out of camp. What does that actually look like? What is it you need to see in order to say, okay, this dude's ready?
I think just a consistent ability to execute on both sides of the ball at the big league level, not against minor league pitching, but against big league pitching. He's going to get plenty of run here in camp, especially when the WBC guys go away at the end of the week. So he'll get plenty of opportunity to show it. I also don't want to put too much pressure. It's a day on the calendar. If that day is opening day, that's awesome. I'll be so excited. I will be thrilled to give him a hug and tell him congratulations, you're a big leaguer today. if it's not March 26th and it's April 15th or May 15th or August 15th, he's going to play in the big leagues and he's going to play for us for a long time. So try not to put too much weight on a specific day on the calendar, because that's just an arbitrary day, and we'll try our best to make the best decision for him and for us.
What about Quadzilla and Cliff Lee? Who's Quadzilla and the next Cliff Lee? What about those two young guys?
Yeah, those guys are super impressive. Ryan Sloan and Cade Anderson, I'm interpreting that.
Well done. Yes.
Those guys are super
Divish
impressive.
said Cliff Lee, and I was like, damn, that is good.
Yeah.
He does have some Cliff Lee to him.
I don't want to put too much pressure because comps can be dangerous. Like,
Yep.
I can't help but see Max Fried when I watch him out there.
Oh.
Like, the way his body moves and the way he hides the ball, and his intensity and feel for moving the ball to different quadrants. Cade's been really impressive. He needs innings. He needs time. Obviously, he hasn't thrown in a competitive game and coming up on 8 months now, just from the College World Series until today. I believe he's going to get in there on Saturday, which will be super exciting for everybody. But he just needs time. And I don't think it's going to be a lot of time. But if I'm being honest, I can't see him I would rent an Everett. I wouldn't buy if I were him. But I think he's going to be on the radar sooner than later. And the same thing with Ryan. Ryan Sloan is really, really mature and focused, clearly diligent, and is off the field work. He's really smart, and he's got great stuff, like just otherworldly stuff. I think with pitchers, you don't want to artificially hold them down. We just know a lot about how pitches are going to function in the big leagues once they get there. We're just more certain with how they're going to work. I don't think it's out of the question that those guys pitch in the big leagues, but I don't want to this year. But I don't want to make it sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy that they definitely are. I think they're mature enough and their stuff is good enough. Whatever happens between the time they suit up in an affiliate and the end of the season, that a number of factors could come into play there, but I don't see any reason why they couldn't do it.
But when you talk earlier about pitching depth, they're on that list, right, of guys that are in the mix potentially down the road. And then how much does seeing guys like Trey Yasevich or anybody else come all the way through that quickly, how much has that changed across baseball over the last decade or so?
I think it's a pendulum. Like when we were, like, Dwight Gooden was dominating at 19 years old in the big leagues, and for a while timelines tended to shift back. And now I think just with info that we get that we didn't used to get, we just have a lot more certainty in a game that is very
info? What does that mean?
Like TrackMan data, ball flight data, that not only you track like how the ball's moving, but how it's being commanded, ability to execute pitches in different situations. Those things just give you, in a game that is very uncertain, a little bit more certainty with pitchers maybe than position players about what it's going to look like at the big league level, especially when you're talking about two players who are really wired the right way, and Ryan and Cade. So it's not out of the question that they could do it this year. And I never want to put limits on players. It's not going to be early. I would be really surprised if we're in May and it's like, Cade just shoved everybody out of the way in a month. That would be surprising to me. Not impossible, but surprising.
Last thing for me, Justin, and it's been a conversation all week with everybody we've talked to.
NFL Combine.
We'll talk about that off the air.
Okay.
We got a lot to talk about there. Now, World Series expectations.
For the college champion Ohio State Buckeyes, right?
What?
Ouch.
They won the championship.
Here he goes.
Didn't they win?
Yeah, I know.
Here he
We
goes.
almost got to the end.
Here he goes.
I did it on purpose. I had to make everyone mad this week.
Did Cal or Logan swear at you, or are you trying to make me unique?
I am. Yeah.
We can bleep it out if you want to, you big, you know what. No, I mean, it's been like the conversation with everybody, and I'm just kind of curious, and everybody carries it differently. Is it something that you talk about? Is it something that feels weighty to think of a World Series, or is it a little, how do you handle it from your position?
I think we're good enough that is realistic. If I spend every day thinking about that, I'm doing a terrible job of doing my job. But I don't think we should run away from what I think is one of the most talented teams in baseball and sort of lessen the expectations for self-preservation or something like that. I think this team is every bit as good as any other team in the American League. And when you have that kind of talent level and you have the kind of culture and makeup that we have in the clubhouse, I think that we in the front office should have the expectation that is an achievable goal and do everything we can to help this group make it happen. I think we had a really good offseason, and now there's more work to be done. saying we're going to win the World Series in February is dumb. Like a lot of things are going to happen, and baseball's really hard. I think it's different than the other sports, but I think we have the talent to do it, and we shouldn't be scared to say that.
So it's called the Ohio State.
Yeah, so I've heard. Yes. Baseball's funny because in some ways it's the most predictable, and in some ways it's the least predictable. Because you can look on paper and say, well, this is what it looks like, maybe better than you can in football or other sports, but who the heck knows what direction this thing is going to go.
162 games and 3 or 4 short series later, a lot can happen.
Quickly, and we'll let you get on your way. It was last year, just a little after this time, that you guys reached the agreement with Cal Raleigh, which sure looks good today, not going to lie. Logan Gilbert would be sort of the obvious next person. Where are you guys at in terms of long-term conversations with Logan?
Yeah, we would love to do something with Logan long-term. He knows that. We've had multiple conversations over the years. Would love to get something done. I don't think anything's imminent, but Logan knows how we as an organization feel about him. He knows how Jerry and I feel about him individually. He's a Mariner. He represents all of the good things about this org, the way he conducts himself in the clubhouse, on the field, the kind of teammate he is, the way he approaches every offseason, and his deep desire to get better and find ways to improve. He's really unique. I would love Logan to be a Mariner for a long time. He knows that. So beyond that, I think it's silly to talk about it on the air, but Logan knows exactly how we feel about him, and when he's ready to talk about it, sign me up.
I hope so. I hope you get him signed so he can afford something nicer than the R2-D2 ball that he's carrying around over there with the water in there.
I think it's been really cool to see Logan out there with his little baby boy right now.
That is cool.
I got a great.
Are you talking about the water bottle or his actual baby?
His actual baby. Okay. I got a huge kick out of the "it pooped" from Bryce the other day. I thought that was great. It's the fun part for Jerry and I is to see these guys grow up and change and get married and have kids, and just to change in their lives is really cool. I hope he's here for a long time.
Yeah. Thank you. We appreciate it. Justin Hollander, Mariners general manager. Congrats on a great offseason.
Thank you.
And looking forward to seeing this thing in action.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
All right, there you go. That was pretty cool. We did tape that with Justin, and he is a bright dude who is in a really good spot right now. I'm sure he'll start getting nervous, and pitching depth and all those things will creep in, but pretty good offseason for these Mariners and their front office. All right, we got one more hour in the sun to go. We think we're going to talk to Kevin Seitzer, hitting coach, who was awesome last year. I think he was the one who said, son of a buck. So you never know what'll come up. It's Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports on 710, seattlesports.com.
The first week of Seattle sports at Mariners spring training?
Man, best week of our year.
Brendan said it yesterday. We're not afraid to say World Series.
Mm-hmm. Brock and Salk definitely caught the vibe.
Julio Rodriguez, who sits down with us right now.
Being able to be so close to something so special really made this team hungry.
Cal Raleigh.
This isn't a fun, cute story anymore. This is who we want to be.
Beginning Monday, March 9th, Wyman and Bob are in Peoria.
I cannot wait to get down there.
Every exclusive interview from Mariners spring training is on the Seattle Sports YouTube page.
Xfinity Tech Support, Matthew speaking.
Hi, I live in a pretty remote place, like Jurassic Park remote. No!
Wow.
Will Xfinity Mobile work out here?
Yep, the combination of reliable Wi-Fi and 5G makes it so that you can stay connected in all kinds of places. Plus, you get access to ultra-fast speeds and coverage, whether you're poolside or out live streaming with a T-Rex.
Hold still, you're about to go viral.
Welcome to a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile. Cut your mobile bill in half with 2 lines of unlimited. Discover a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Watch Jurassic Park with Xfinity. Savings comparison based on promotional rate for 2 lines of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited versus 2 lines of T-Mobile Experience More, Verizon Unlimited Plus, and AT&T Starter as of February 10th, 2026.
That same Louisiana flavor y'all love about our chicken?
It's flawless.
Yeah, we did that to crispy Alaskan flounder and butterfly shrimp, too. We just couldn't help ourselves. And we didn't stop there. You can add lemon pepper or garlic Parmesan rub to that shrimp. Now, we only do seafood every so often, so you know what to expect.
Popeyes can't miss.
That's right. The seafood menu is back.
This is real fish.
At participating restaurants.
A new baseball season is here, and Toyota Renton has game-changing deals on your new truck. Lease the 2026 Tacoma for $309 a month for 39 months with $39.99 due at signing. Go big with the 2026 Tundra, where qualified customers can finance for 2.99% APR for 72 months with a $1,000 cash incentive. Visit them today in person or online at toyotarenton.com. Offers valid through March 2nd, 2026 on approved credit through TFS. Excludes taxes, titles, license, dealer accessories, and $200 negotiable dealer documentation fee. Model 7540-8361.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed, plus an extra $100 off all mattresses. And Saturday, only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
You can swirl it, you can sip it, but the best way is to share it. Hey y'all, I'm Deanna, a team member at my local Chick-fil-A. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and new frosted sodas and floats is how well they go together. You get that bold flavor of the Coke mixed with the smooth deliciousness of the vanilla ice cream. You have a juicy filet and a smooth, creamy float. It's an awesome pairing.
Order a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and a new frosted soda and float at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant. Real team member paid for their testimonial.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest. This is the power of 12 is 1, man.
KIRO AM Seattle and KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
Get the freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Ewart is my hero.
Jay Buhner just punched me in the kidney.
We're going to see you in a minute.
Doesn't really work that way, Sherm. This is a show that has my name on it.
It kind of does, though.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Ewart and Mike Salk.
Hello! Ow.
Final hour, Salky.
Final
hour.
Ow.
I know.
It feels like just yesterday we were starting the show on Monday, and now we got to go home. Oh, it's just not as cool.
No.
Just not as cool being at home as it is being here.
It was always exhilarating landing in Cabo with
Yeah.
Molly and I. It was always our getaway. And then when you headed to the airport, it was just so depressing.
I know. That Maui airport is the one for me where
Yes.
you get there and you're
Yes.
like, God, I loved this place a few days ago, and now I just hate it. I hate this airport. I don't want to be here. I just want to go back.
Yep.
So it's been an awesome week. We do still have one more interview to go. Kevin Seitzer, Mariner hitting coach, who just walked by, actually, is going to pop over and join us at 9:30. Normally we would do For You in Review, but honestly we went so long with Hollander that we don't really have time to give it its due. So we'll probably end up doing that early Monday morning just to kind of go back to all the cool stuff this week.
Yep.
I know you got a couple of fears and things that are nagging at you.
Yeah.
Can I give you one quick story? A very small thing we heard this week.
Okay.
That I was thinking about today as I walked by it, and I was like, oh, my God, that's hilarious. Logan Gilbert, I think it was Logan, telling us that he basically blacked out.
Yes, with the celebration.
With the celebration of Game 5 against Detroit.
Yes.
And had to go over, because I walked by the picture outside of Dan's office. It's a still shot, a big poster, size picture of that moment. And that he actually had to find himself on the I don't know, I just had this mental image as I walked by of Logan just like looking through all the people on the picture until eventually he found himself. Like, oh, that's what I did in that moment.
Yes.
I don't know. It was a really small little thing we heard. It has nothing to do with the upcoming year, but it just kind of jumped out at me as well. That's actually pretty hilarious.
Yeah. All this goodwill. It's been a week of nothing but absolute goodwill, excitement, hope. It's beyond Hope Springs Eternal. Hope Springs World Series. Right? I mean, it's been, as you said earlier, as complete a team as we can ever remember covering with all the different personnel groups, and you just kind of take them all apart, and they all feel pretty good. I will say this WBC is I don't love it. Of all the years it could be, I don't love it. It's this year. I frankly don't love, just a little fear. Like, I don't love seeing Mooney crank it up to 100 already. I don't really love it. I don't. I see Spire walking around here, and he's dealt with some stuff in the past. I'd really love for them to ramp up on their own pace.
But is it possible? I mean, I think one thing we've heard is that they started earlier, right?
They did. They did
that
all
means
they can.
They got a little bit less of a break, especially because they went all the way to the ALCS last year.
Yeah, they did all they can to safeguard it. They do all they can to protect it.
I know.
I just, I don't. I kind of feel. Remember listening to a lot of the folks in Denver talk about the Avs and all their players and McKinnon and McCarr. Like, I don't really want them to go play in the Olympics. Like, I want them to win a Stanley Cup. Like, I don't really need to see the USA win the WBC. Or Mexico or the DR. I'd really like to see Julio and Mooney and the guys win a World Series. So, and it's much more the pitchers. Do I care about Julio and Cal? No. The positional players, great. They get some more competitive fiber built up this month of March. It had no effect at all.
Yeah.
But I just don't.
I mean, look on the bright side. Luis is the only starter, and the starters don't go that long anyway in these games.
And Luis probably not going to pitch. I don't care about him. I care about our bullpen.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing, though, is
thank God
the
Brash
team,
isn't pitching for Canada.
And the team does have some level of control over the bullpen usage. They talk with them. I mean, I know it's not perfect. You're right. Mooney throwing 100 right off the bat is a little, but they do have a lot of control, the team does, when they allow the pitchers, specifically the relievers, to go, how often they'll be used, the situations they'll be used in, pitch count stuff. Yeah, those things
But you know what they are, Salk? They're competitors. You know what Mooney is? He's a competitor. And if he's pitching for Mexico and they ask him to get a fourth out, is he going to tell his native country, no, actually, I'm not going to do that?
Well, it's not him. They've already told them.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the team has already said,
okay,
these are the rules.
Sure.
If you want them.
Follow them.
You got to follow them. So that's just sort of how it goes. What was your other fear?
No, that's more of it.
Okay,
and also just seeing, Logan and Woo and these guys just, rightfully all wearing their elbow sleeves, just doing everything they've probably done in the past. It just has a little different, that's right. Four of you guys.
So funny.
Four of you guys got banged up last year.
I just keep looking at it, and the one there aren't a lot of holes. There aren't a lot of worry spots, right? I mean, you're sort of creating one a little bit with the WBC.
Yep.
But the only real spot, I guess you could have a little bit of starting pitching depth. Every team has that, but you've got 3-4 guys that I think can at least make spot starts. I don't know if I want to see them making 10 or 15, but making spot starts, I think you're covered in that way. The one is we know how many relievers it takes to get through a year.
Yep.
And I think they've got some. I am a little concerned about what that next group looks like. The ones that don't make the team, but we know we're going to see them over the course of the year. That would be my one. But, gosh, other than that, it's such a stacked lineup, such a stacked rotation, such a stacked bullpen. The defense is good. There's so much to like right now about where this team is at. All right, Maura, yes?
Yes. Can I just say one thing before we go to break? Because
Please
we're
do.
getting a lot of messages. We have a lot of pre-recorded interviews.
Yes.
So people were on the video stream looking for it, and a lot of those, we can't live stream them because they're pre-recorded, but Justin has been doing incredible work with all of that. So they'll all be on YouTube. You can find all the interviews that we've done this week there. The ones from today will be up a little later. All of our social media, he's got behind the scenes stuff. He has clips. Like, he's attached to a computer the whole time we're here. So please make sure you check out the work he's been doing.
That is well said. Justin is.
Bro, at 9:30 last night, I was watching the Men in Tights, also known as the Combine highlights, and I peeked out my bedroom window, and what's he doing? He's sitting at the table with his double screens, just working away, man. Editing, grinding.
Yeah, the social stuff that's out there, whether it's through Moore's feed, the station feed at Seattle Sports, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all of it, wherever it is you like to get this content, there's some really good stuff. And there will be again when Wyman and Bob come down here as well, because Justin's going to stick around and help them out also. He's really, really helped this thing look pretty good. Thank you, Maura, for jumping in on that. We'll come right back with our final need to know of the week. And then Kevin Seitzer. It's Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports on 710 seattlesports.com.
The first week of Seattle sports at Mariners spring training.
Man, best week of our year.
Brendan said it yesterday. We're not afraid to say World Series.
Brock and Salk definitely caught the vibe.
Julio Rodriguez, who sits down with us right now.
Being able to be so close to something so special really made this team hungry.
Cal Raleigh.
This isn't a fun, cute story anymore. This is who we want to be.
Beginning Monday, March 9th, Wyman and Bob are in Peoria.
I cannot wait to get down there.
Every exclusive interview from Mariners spring training is on the Seattle Sports YouTube page.
Hey, it's February, and we're a month into those fitness goals and resolutions. And are you already tired of the crowded gyms and sweaty machines? Maybe you're ready to upgrade your fitness equipment in your own home. Well, I got the place and some deals for you. Hey, Brock Ewart here with my friends at Top Fitness. Right now, trade in your old treadmill and get a $500 credit to use for Precor, True, or Inspire treadmills. Top Fitness sells the best quality products available. Brands like Precor, True, Octane, Inspire Stairmaster, and much more. It's trade-in days at Top Fitness, and it's not too late to get in the best shape of your life. Top Fitness has the largest selection of home fitness equipment in the state of Washington, and their staff will truly show you why. It's no secret that everybody, from personal trainers to pro athletes, love their stores. Top Fitness has locations at Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or visit topfitness.com for more info. And remember, trade in your old treadmill and get a $500 credit today. Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
We've all been there, sleepless nights, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy knowing we're here for you. BayAlarm.com.
If you actually are the person that will take care of them after the fact, if you actually will be there for them, if you will pick up your phone, then they come back to you.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Ready to free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business empowers leaders with smart business buying tools, leaving time to focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future at AmazonBusiness.com.
Febreze. New Febreze Air Mist has 50% more odor fighters and up to 30% more fragrance than the old formula. So now you can take on 100% more stinky odors, like sweaty gym bags, greasy cooking smells, and the after effects of the dog rolling around in something. Just spray, and new Febreze Air instantly restores just clean freshness. Smell you later, odor. Happy Febreze. La, 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 la.
So, how's your research going?
Surprising. After I figured out the top-rated TVs in our price range, I went shopping for deals.
And who's the best?
It wasn't the internet, and it wasn't the warehouse club.
But?
It was video only. They had better deals on the Samsung, LG, and the Sony TVs that got the highest scores.
Better than online and at the club?
I know! Video only beat them all. And now we can afford an even better model for the same price. My research really paid off.
If we buy it video only.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll be sorry.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Presented by Marquee Data. Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Oh, it's our last need to know of the week. Brock, it's making me sad. All of this, I don't like it. Ugh. Good day yesterday for the Mariners as scored a lot of runs. 8 more runs against Cleveland. Cal, Julio, Randy, consecutive doubles early. Julio, by the way, is killing it. He's hitting 625, 5 for 8, 3 doubles, 4 games. Like, he's really been on top of it. He's gone the other way. He's gone to left. He's kind of done everything. But you know what? Let's make this about the kid. How about Colt Emerson? His first extra base hit of the spring.
The 1-1. Swung on, cracked, center field. Martinez twists around. He's not going to get there. It's over his head. It's going to the wall. Arroyo's going to walk home. Emerson around second base. He loses his helmet. He's flying to third. The throw. He slides. He is safe. A triple for Colt Emerson. Flying into third. Driving home Arroyo. The Mariners get another run. It's 6-2 to the delight of the Mariner fans in Peoria.
Who's the Royal shortstop?
Bobby Witt Jr.?
Yeah. It was on that play that somebody up in the booth said to me, man, you know who he ran like? That looked like Bobby Witt Jr.
Wow. It's a pretty good compliment.
He's fast, man.
And we've made that comp a couple of times, right? Coming up to play third initially before moving to short eventually. Mm-hmm. Really young player, highly regarded.
Twitchy.
Look, I don't know if he's going to be Bobby Witt Jr. That's a big expectation to put on somebody.
Yep.
But he does have some.
But the body and
traits.
the movement, there is some similarities, and you either got that kind of twitch and speed or you don't, and he has got it in the tank.
Yeah, the other cool thing yesterday, just Bryce Miller throwing hard. Throwing 96 to 98 throughout his inning plus. That's a big deal, right? We talked to him yesterday, and he's talking about not having that velo that he needed last year.
Well, he's the next one. So let's see. Kirby was an all-star. Logan was an all-star. Woo was an all-star. Luis has been an all-star. Yeah. There's kind of one kid left.
Yeah.
And when healthy.
Yeah.
And in the playoffs last year,
really
he was your
stuff,
best pitcher.
Man. How crazy is that? Just unbelievable. So good to see his arm feeling really good and the ball coming out of it nice and quick.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
To football, as this weekend they will finish up the combine. John Schneider was there. He ended up taking off because he actually likes watching a lot of it on TV and able to see a lot more after some of the meetings that he had. He was on with Wyman and Bob yesterday, and I like this. Sort of asked about being disciplined, right, as you go through the extensions that everybody wants, and remembering you can't pay everybody what they want.
You have to be disciplined in the way you spend in order to save. Ted Thompson used to call it saving your powder a little bit, like saving some cap room, some cash for down the line if guys end up not getting what they want in free agency, and then coming to us further down the line. That actually happened to us with like the first couple of years we were here with Cliff Averill and Michael Bennett. We just had great conversations with the agents. We showed a lot of love. We stayed involved, and then they ended up taking. Well, Michael had been here before, so he knew a couple of the coaches. He knew Dan Quinn very well, and then he knew the people in the building and how all the support we have here. And so, you just have to be ready for that.
A bunch of terms here. 3, you got to be nimble. That's number 1. Number 2, success begets success. And when you have the success that they've had, people want to be a part of it. And then lastly, and I think most importantly, proof of concept. If you want to be a Seattle Seahawk, pretty strong.
Yeah.
Pretty strong with your with your evidence of your development.
Yeah.
And if guys are out there going, golly, I didn't get what I wanted, where can I maximize myself?
Well,
pretty good program
if
to
these
do
guys talk, I mean, we went through some of the NFLPA grades that they gave to the teams, and there's a lot of A's and B's for the Seahawks. But let me read you just some. This is why they ended up finishing 4th. Their only negative grade was for the quality of the actual field at Lumen, not the stadium, but just the field. Listen to these. Ready?
Well, this is my 7th grade report card. Go ahead.
Ownership, A. GM, Schneider, A. Head coach, Mike McDonald, A. Team travel, A-, despite having one of the worst travel schedules in the league. Special teams coordinator, Jay Harbaugh, A. Offensive coordinator, A. The only A+ on this list, defensive coordinator. Now, do you think that is some of Mike in addition to Adam Dirty? Either way, A+. Position coaches A-, strength coach A, weight room A-, training staff A, training room A-, nutritionist A, food and dining area A-. I mean, it really is.
I apologize.
Impressive.
That was not my Allen report card because I did not have one A-.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. Push.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
I'll send a picture for you.
I'm shutting the computer because it's starting to get too hot. I can't see the damn thing anyway, but Kraken lose again. Ugh. 2 just total garbage games out of them. So hopefully they will
get out of their system,
regroup, and get it back together. And get Melanson back in the lineup, for God's sakes. Let him go hit people.
Hey, when
if you're going to stink, at least stink with physicality.
Remember that one year where you watched the Combine and you were so dangerous because you liked that Virginia Tech defensive end?
That's why I don't watch the Combine anymore.
Yeah, you done? Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, just wait for the,
Do you know how long it's been since I've watched the Combine?
I was so excited for you that year.
Oh, yeah, I watched it at Joel's. That was at Joel's house.
This Virginia Tech DM.
He jumped like 85 inches or whatever. Like, yeah, that guy was terrible.
You realize that Ohio State linebacker yesterday, we think of Nicky Manwari.
Yeah.
This dude was Sonny Styles, was 6'4", 240. He was a high school safety. He was a freak in high school, 6'4", 210. 6'3", 210. Now he's 6'4", 240. Jumped 43 inches. Ran 4.47.
What are we doing? What are we even doing? These guys are...
That's Cam Chancellor plus 2 inches and 20-some pounds.
Torrent on it tonight, Brock. They get back to their first action since the Olympic break as well. That's the women's hockey PWHL team in Seattle. Sold out building. They opened up more sections. Should be awesome. The rest of my family is going to be there. So if you see Cecily wearing her Salk 33 jersey, say hi.
Give her a fist pump. That's everything you need to know. You want a little memory tester?
Not really.
Like Molly thought it'd be really fun, and we talked about this. I'm not a games family. You're a games family. You're not a games family. Molly's trying all these years later, but she had the old memory cards game where you laid them out and you flip one over, you flip the other over, you flip it back.
Yeah.
I used to be
concentration.
I used to be unbelievable. I was terrible. Do you remember what Kevin Seitzer said to us last year?
Son of a buck,
dude.
I already said it. It's when I had to close out one of the segments where you were off on one of your walkabouts. Yeah, son of a buck. Dude, I got that. Come on now. Dude, don't even come at me.
You're at your best in the sun.
Don't even come at
me.
In
the desert.
The sun does help.
You're like a reptile.
The sun does bring out
You're like a lizard.
some of my most reptilian nature. Kevin Seitzer going to join us in a few, and then we'll wrap things up from Peoria. Brock and Salk after a great week here on Seattle Sports on 710.
ESPN senior baseball writer Buster Olney with Bump and Stacy.
Can you remember a season with this high of expectations for the Mariners?
No, nothing like this. Starting the season, a World Series appearance seems totally reasonable. If you pick any other team than the Dodgers to win, given their strength, you're kind of inventing a reason. But I'm picking the Mariners. I've got them on the record. I just don't want to be like everybody else and pick the Dodgers.
The full interviews on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
Highlights don't win games. The full box score does. I'm Brock Heward, and most business leaders aren't short on data. They're short on clarity. Numbers are scattered across ERP, CRMs, and spreadsheets, making decisions reactive instead of confident. And that's not how great businesses are built. Marquee IQ brings all your data together into one clear view, even if it lives in disconnected systems or offline, so you can see what's really happening and act faster. Stop running your business on highlights. Get the full picture. Visit datathatwins.com to see what Marquee IQ can do.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for honest pricing, expert service, and guaranteed repairs. This dedication has earned them a Carfax Preferred designation. At Bucky's, every customer gets detailed Carfax updates, timely service reminders, and a full service history all at your fingertips. With 16 family-owned locations, no appointment needed, and easy financing, Bucky's makes auto care simple. Visit Bucky's.com today and drive with confidence. Bucky's.com.
It's Olympic Hot Tub's floor model finale. Don't experience FOMO. Get in now and save thousands on remaining 2025 floor model hot tubs. But hurry, our floor model finale ends February 28th. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
A Seattle Towing reminds parents the fatal crash rate for teens peaks at age 19, and we lose nearly 8 kids every day. Make a family agreement to never drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs, text behind the wheel, or ride with anyone who is. Always designate a sober driver, call a parent or rideshare, and let's bring our children home safely. Best wishes to all our kids from the entire team at A Seattle Towing. Family-owned for 16 years, providing fast, friendly, and dependable service throughout the greater Seattle area.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQ Bar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ Bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Now you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping when you text radio to 64,000. Text radio to 64,000 to get your 20% off. That's radio to 64,000.
Seattle Sports on YouTube.
It's amazing.
Have you subscribed? Brock and Salk.
Baseball, man.
Bump and Stacy.
There is always fire.
Wyman and Bob.
Phenomenal.
Stream the local sports leader live on YouTube. Seattle Sports.
Spring training is here, and Toyota of Kirkland is throwing you nothing but fastballs down the middle. Step up to the plate on a new ride for the upcoming season with their incredible inventory and offers on Toyota favorites like the Prius, Tacoma, Camry, and Corolla. Their all-star team will get you set up with a test drive so you can round the bases and head home with that car the same day. Don't strike out on savings. Swing by Toyota of Kirkland today, just off I-405 on the Totem Lake exit, or visit online at toyotaofkirkland.com.
O'Brien. The celebration continues.
We never wavered, man. We believed in each other. We loved each other.
On the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like Sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Well, it all started with Brendan Donovan on Monday, and it goes all the way to Kevin Seitzer, our final interview of the week, Mariners hitting coach now in year 2. We just really enjoyed talking to you last year, so we had to make sure that we got out here and got you for a few minutes before we left town after today. How are you?
Great.
Expectations are high. And
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the Mariners. I'm talking about you.
Oh.
We've had everybody, and now you're hitting cleanup. You're it.
I just show up and try and bring a game every day.
Good.
Whatever happens, happens.
All right.
So that's all you can do.
What are you most proud of from last year?
One game from the World Series. Not even close to anything else. I mean, we did better than previous years, but being my first year here, I felt like we're really thankful to be where we were. That was how I looked at it. There's a lot of things we can improve on, focused on it now in camp, and guys are bought in and working their butt off, and it's been great.
How about just from a team perspective, a hitting perspective, maybe one player, somebody that figured it out over the course of the year, or you were able to help them out, or you unlocked a little something, or they unlocked a little something? Give me one moment or one person or one element that really clicked.
It's kind of hard. I mean, they all went through ups and downs during the season, and Julio getting off to his prototypical slow start that I think is going to end this year. I think he's going to be more consistent. I just felt like there was a turning point after the All-Star break, kind of going into the All-Star break, that things changed for him, and I feel like there was a lot that we learned and he learned, and so my hope is that's going to be the big wow.
Sites, we hear in pro ball a lot about alignment. Seems like every pro game utilizes that, from administration, from structure, whatever it is, just alignment. Watching this week, it's just my own observation, but watching this week to last year, Danny's first year, your first year, it just feels like with a year of time on task, the level of alignment with you and Edgar on that side, and Pete and Trent on the pitching side, and Dan knowing the whole manager, like it just feels like a heightened sense of alignment.
Yeah, that's a good word. I hadn't thought about it, but that is what it feels like. Me coming in last year, first time, not knowing anybody when I got here, and how quickly and easily I was able to transition into this group and be part of this group just because of what Edgar had done the year before, and he and I being on the same page. And and then being able to go through all we did last year through the ups and downs and, running meetings and making adjustments in the cage and, just being able to do what you have to do during the course of a season, everything really fell into place, especially towards the end. I mean, it really was all year, but when you're your first year with a club trying to get to know guys, it takes time.
Mm-hmm. So you've probably, you were a ball player, and then you've been a coach. You've been in baseball your whole life, so you've probably never actually written a resume, right? You've never gone on a computer and designed a resume.
Yeah, I have.
You have?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it must be nice if for some reason you had to do that now. You would just put right at the top, like, oh, yeah, coached a 60 home run hitter. I turned Cal. He'd had like 35.
Oh, yes.
Never had 60.
By the way, I love that in coaches' bios.
Oh, yeah.
I read them all the time. Like, oh, yeah, he coached Justin Herbert, 5,000-yard passer, blah, 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 blah,
What
blah.
did you say to Cal specifically that you turned him into a 60 home run? You just added 25 jacks.
Yeah, I don't like saying I turned him into anything. I don't like saying I did anything.
Weird.
No, I just, like I said, I show up every day, try and bring a game, try and help the guys. If there's something that can help them get back to more consistency, because well,
what do you? I get it. You obviously didn't turn Cal into a 60 home run hitter. I know that. But did you? Was there something that you guys would talk about throughout the year that seemed to help him?
I mean, we were always talking about game plan against a pitcher and kind of how he needs to think in the batter's box. He's a real smart dude, and with the hotter you get, the more careful that they try to pitch, and the easier I felt like it was easier for him to sit on pitches because he knew they were going to try and pitch him backwards, and that was something that played into his favor. But at the same time, his ability to lock in on his plan and hunt in a location and keep his approach in the middle of the field. I mean, I had people in the media last year ask me, well, he pulls all of his home runs. Well, how's he staying in the middle of the field and he's pulling all these home runs? Well, he's short, compact to the ball, and he stays behind the ball. And when you catch off-speed pitches out front, you're going to pull him. So he had a special year. I mean, no question. But I mean, it's funny. Yesterday in the cage, he said, what do you want me to do better this year? And I go, dude, you finished second in MVP balloting. What
Finish first.
He's like, I want to do better. And I'm like, don't try and do better. I said, you want to know what I think you could do better? I said, shrink your strike zone. You swung too many pitches off the plate, especially away. I said, I would like for you to shrink strike zone. That's one. I go, in two, your first at bat, if they flip you a breaking ball, don't swing. Just take it. Hunt your heater. Be ready to go on your heater. But if they flip you a breaking ball, just shut down. I go, I don't remember you last year. I don't know one time if you ever got a hit on a first pitch breaking ball or a 1-0 breaking ball that was the first one that you saw. And I said, you end up 0-1 most of the time. So anyway, I go, those are my two things if you want to really work on something.
It's pretty good, man. You hear it right there,
He's
right?
probably the only guy, too, who has trouble with that ball away, right?
No, he hit many home runs that were stinking balls off the plate.
Yeah. So the other day I was walked over there, and you and Edgar watching, and the number of times last year when we sat with you, Kevin Seitzer here,